All right, so instead of doing the typical intro where I say, "Hey, Decep, do something," I'm gonna just do it. Okay. Nah,
Do your
just you know,
thing.
just to you know, play it safe. Play
Hey,
it
just go
safe.
ahead. Do your thing.
I'm about to.
All right.
Give me a minute, man. Guys, I'm just
Hold on, people waiting. This is live. We're live now.
You're right. You're right. I'm screwing up.
So
Okay.
you can't edit this one.
Yeah, you can't edit it.
Unedited. But what's up, everybody? We're doing a live Pop Cafe episode here on twitch.tv/ShinKensou. Kenso, just pick one. You know what it is, man. My channel, dude. Anyway, point is, I've been hearing there's a lot of murmurs of like a lot of people loving the podcast. I do appreciate each and every one of you guys watching it. All the feedback has been great so far, so we really appreciate that. But we got a special guest here this time. Well, not really a special guest. You hear all the time, Huey.
Nah, I am special. Hold on now.
I didn't say you weren't special. All right, you're right. My fault. But I'm here. You know, got the Seppi swag. You already know what it is. You know the vibes. Got Code of Prophecy. You know the vibes. Young Edo saying. And special guest this time.
You know?
Big Trap Lord Huey. Product placement.
No. Affiliated, not affiliated.
Right. So, I'm not gonna hold you. I'm gonna be honest. I've definitely been low-key dragging my feet a tad bit on this one. Edo's been punching me in my face about not doing it, so we're here today. I'm kidding. I had to do something to lighten the mood, man. Come on. Gosh. All right. Anyway, point is, it's been 1 month since the game's been out, pretty much. We've had 3 major tournaments happen so far. We've had Combo Breaker just passed. We had Evo Japan, and we had Brussels Challenge. And obviously, we've had a slew of online tournaments and stuff like that that's been going on. I made a tier list recently. A few other players have made tier lists too as well. You can go check those out. Event Hub hosted your boy and posted the tier list up there too, so you can check that there as well. So, shout out to Event Hubs. But with that being said, a lot has changed since beta, from character strengths to character perceptions. Some characters some of us have predicted are really good. So I kind of want to open with 1 month in. From my perspective, I'll just say everything's going according to what I thought it was going to be. And I'm sort of not surprised. I think there's a couple surprises, not too many. But from characters, I'd say the one that's a surprise and shocker to me is a lot less usage of Donghuan. He's probably the one character I'm shocked most people are not playing. I'll say this. I didn't predict Ganache getting nerfed. I didn't predict that.
Yeah, that was like week 1 or week 2.
Yeah, it wasn't even that long.
It was on that quick.
Yeah, so
Yeah, definitely took him out back.
pretty much. CR7 seems pretty good. But even from the characters aside, I have to talk about this one because Decep called it. I called it in my tier list. A lot of people called it.
Edo, like just
Marco, let's talk about it.
Yeah. Yep.
Black History Month got extended a couple months.
Yeah, no,
It's no problem.
it's nice. It's nice to see once again another fighting game with a black character running shop. Hopefully we don't have a Leroy situation. But when his trailer came out initially, when they was rolling out trailers for the game, I saw that. I spoke to Edo. I said, "This is gonna be a problem." Edo agreed. We realized, oh, he gets to do these things too. This character he's not dumb. Let me clarify what I'm about to say. He's not stupid. Like, he's not just dumb. Anybody could just go crazy. But he has the tools where if you know how to put your opponent in a position where they have to guess things or you're on them the entire time, you can catch them and just blow them up from the smallest of things. And we saw that with Goichi He didn't just win. He won. Like he swept Reynolds. Like he
Definitely, yeah.
swept him.
6-0.
Yeah.
Because
Definitely
that character is momentum. Like the character momentum. Like when he gets going, it's scary. You have to contain that character. You can't let him just go. Because we saw what happened. Like
Just Reynolds, bro. Like, if you watch his entire run, there was probably one match where it went back and forth. Every other match he was in, gone, swept him. Cooked.
North America, play this character. I made the tweet. People are liking and retweeting. Play the character.
Marco is a character that's like, kind of like, I kind of see Marco kind of like Preacher Way. It's just like every little thing just goes into like other stuff. Like it just works. Like the fact that this man Marco gets licensed to like heavy DP break into just big damage, or just EX Tatsu into air rub blow into knockdown. It's like just the little thing just goes into everything else in his kit, and it just works. It's just crazy. Like character has a lot, and I feel like NA definitely needs to pay attention to this character, in my opinion. Just like Swag says, like he has everything that what people want in a character. Yeah, he may not have a command grab like Hotaru, but like he has everything. He has a counter, he has DP break, he has a really good fireball. It's like what more can you ask for a character? You know what I'm saying? Like yeah, he doesn't have a dive kick, but his Tatsu is so fast you're not reacting to it. Especially EX, you're not reacting to that. On top of that, you can break a Tatsu. So it's like
it's like he could do the heavy. If you throw a fireball and you space it, you could do heavy Tatsu over the fireball and potentially punish them.
Yeah, punish them. Yeah.
Let me repeat that. You're not safe thinking, "Oh, I'm gonna just be far away and I'm gonna throw a fireball at him." Who interrupted my kung fu? He about to Tatsu over that fireball, hit you, and then when he gets the knockdown, overhead.
Yeah, definitely.
Trying to play America's favorite game.
Oh,
50-50. Like what?
combo from Red Blow as well. It launches and you can still go. It's like he has everything you want. And it's crazy that like we over here in NA, we're not playing that character. It's crazy how Asia is moving to him since like week 1. We're not playing him over here though.
He's your favorite Shoto's favorite Shoto. Like he is the Shoto character. Like I'm just confused. NA, stop being so dazzled by Kane. Stop.
I mean, King got the set play, so I mean, you know.
That's not NA's.
The thing is, it really establishes the different place because Marco benefits off you playing neutral clean and you just playing cleanly in general, which is like that's like Japan's whole thing. Is like if they could catch you in neutral, they gonna blow you up for it. Marco's whole thing, I catch you in neutral, knockdown, empty jump, let's go gambling. It's like, oh well, there it is. Kane is like, I'm gonna just throw a bunch of shit on the screen. You gonna get hit, and if you don't get hit and you block it, I'm gonna just dash in your face. You go hold something anyways. Either way, I'm in your face regardless. Kane is really like Kane is also momentum based because if you get him caught and you just block his DP, he's cooked. But if he's in your face the entire match, as long as he's in control, he's fine.
Yeah.
So it's really just like the difference in play styles of like over here and over there. So I understand why a lot of people over here like Kane and think he's like where he is. It's like they feel like they have a little bit more control, a little bit more freedom with what they can do compared to Marco, where you have to play a specific way to really get the maximum amount from that character.
I agree.
Man, it's North America. Let's be real. All right, I'm gonna dress out like Bernie Mac.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
America, let's talk about it. All right. What is the thing people playing in Street Fighter? Ken, Luke, all these characters. JP is right there, but why they don't play him? Because it's too much you got to do, room for error, yada yada. So they play the other characters. Marco is them with more. You want to dash in with a counter? He got that. You do EX combo. There is no, oh, I'm going to check him. Check what?
It's too fast.
Check what? What are we checking?
We forgot to mention he got 6-frame fireball super to counter other fireballs in the neutral.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Full screen knockdown, by the way.
Almost.
Full screen
almost
knockdown, by the
are.
way. Full screen
Almost
knockdown.
deadly.
Two different fireball speeds also with his just regular fireball. Like he has two different speeds of them,
Mhm.
so he can alternate between them like Hotaru. I think I could be wrong. Personally, I think his fireballs are scarier than Hotaru's a little bit. I can understand someone say Hotaru, but to me, they're like this.
I think Marco's much scarier because of his feint.
Yeah,
it's because of his feint.
Hey,
His feint is,
Yo.
he's just like,
Yo,
It's like
the
slapping the
best
air.
man.
like
talking about
it's
the
just,
feint?
it's just too
Yo.
fast, man.
Last night I was playing ranked. I went against a couple Marcos. Yo, they was like whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. I'm like,
It's,
why is there fire on his hand?
yeah,
It
I
looked
think,
like
yeah, that's the main thing about it. Like, I don't think anybody like their feint has like effects on it, so it's like you don't get like easily tripped up by it as you do with like Marco.
Yeah,
'Cause it looks like he's throwing a fireball, but it just doesn't come out.
like imagine if Kane faint, like his DP faint. Imagine that had the flame effect.
Yeah.
It don't have it. It's just his. We're just kicking.
It's just his leg. It's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, why does he get this? I mean,
why does he get it, bro?
Hey, whoa,
Yeah.
whoa.
Hey, listen.
Black History Month. Black History Month. Black History Month.
Listen. Hey, look, every month Black History Month.
Every month
You
Black
feel
History
me?
Month.
But you know, hey, I'm happy with it. You know, we look, we all win at the end of the day. You feel me? We all win.
Yeah.
We all win.
We all win
you
at the
feel
end
me?
of the day. Yeah.
You know, go eat, shout out to Goichi. You know,
I will say Marco.
invite to the cookout.
Marco, like, man, he's just so good. he's just so good. Like,
He's good. He's just a good character.
Yeah.
it's really no reason not to play him. Obviously, I think he's definitely like the outlier in NA. I do think, because it's funny you mentioned that, because I think you know what the real topic is. But I want to knock out how things have kind of shaped up real quick, because as I mentioned NA, because be real with you guys watching this, NA, there's a lot of discussion about the NA play of the game, but I want to just talk about real, because man, it's a loaded topic. Trust you guys want to stick around for this, trust. But I'll just say, and you guys can chime in. I'll ask everyone how they feel. Like month one, I think the game shaped up pretty good. I think there's some characters that need love. Looking at Mai, gone through this enough about Mai. She definitely needs some love, for sure. But for those watching, probably, are you still playing Hotaru, Kensou? Not really, but
It's like, yeah.
I mean, she's still fun.
Yeah.
It's
I
just
think
it's everybody else is
Yeah,
playing the
that's-
mess out of her now.
That's
It's
like the trepidation with like top one characters. Like sometimes you don't want to like invest too much time into them because they might eventually get the hammer.
I think
Yeah.
hey, I just want to put, you know what I'm saying? Like in our past podcast before the game come out, we were saying Otaru was looking kind of top one, top two right now. Game comes out, everybody's going to her, and it's like,
Yeah, I felt like I knew from off rip. I only really played Hotaru because Gato wasn't playable in the beta, honestly. But as I was playing her more, I felt like I'd end up keeping her on my roster. And for those watching here on the YouTube, the only reason why I'm not playing her as heavily as Gato is because, like, exactly what Huey said, I'm really much so concerned about the nerf bat that's coming. I'm not necessarily worried about it to the point to where it guts my playstyle, but I'm worried about like whatever habits I'll build with her now and they hurt down the road. Or instead I can just keep working on Gato and like build a stronger foundation with him. And if I need Hotaru, I'll play Hotaru. But lately, and I guess I'll throw this in there and I'll ask you guys the same questions. You know, some sure people wondering like who we're playing and whatnot. So I'd say in full build right now, it's been primarily Gato. I've been playing it pretty much all day. I haven't really played Hotaru as much. Mai slowly turned into my secondary over Hotaru because I like her air game a lot. And you guys hear me in my tier list, I talked about how her air game was really good. And I'd say probably I haven't really played Dong Hwan, even though my reaction was like, yo, I can't wait to play him. But I haven't really played him as much. I haven't really played many matches at all, to be honest with you. Instead, I've played more Preacher in matches, so it's pretty much been Gato, Mai, and Preacher in like actual matches for me in particular. So, but 100% Gato right now, and I feel really good about the character. He does feel pretty strong. It does hurt to drop combos sometimes with him. That does happen to me a decent amount, but like his damage output's really great. His playstyle is really cool. He just like, I don't know, he just fits for me personally as a player. So I've just been focusing on him very heavily while I wait to see what the first patch is gonna hold for us, because I know in my heart of hearts they're most likely gonna touch him. I'm thinking of Hoka Tamaru. I forgot to say I played Hoka Tamaru a little bit too. I forgot. But Hoka Tamaru,
Yeah, for sure.
Hoka Tamaru for sure, Hotaru and Kane, those three are almost for certain gonna get some kind of nerfs. I don't know how much you can nerf with Hoka Tamaru personally, but definitely Hotaru and Kane could use some minor tweaks. But yeah, Gato. That's yeah.
Yeah.
What's up?
Right now I've only really been playing one character. Initially I was trying to learn Kane and I was like, it don't click, right? And then as you suggested and a couple other people told me try Billy. Billy's been the one. I just been mainly playing Billy. It's really only been Billy since the game release, really. It's just been Big BK, Billy Kane, and that's all we've been doing, up in the stick on people. So I'm enjoying them a lot. For those that don't know, I like playing defensively. I like long reaching normals. I like controlling the mid range and stuff. I like to annoy you at a distance. If I want to get in close, I'll say hello and then we'll back up again. But I don't like, I don't need mix, flippy dippy. I don't need none of that. Just good old boring, me and you, poke. So yeah, I'm waiting on Joe because I'm curious about what Joe. But I'm sure we'll talk about the other Fatal Free Wolf later. But yeah, right now it's just been Billy. But I am looking at Marco as a secondary. Although like how he's designed don't fit how I like to play, I still am willing like to try to learn him. Like I feel like that's a character that's worth learning. To have that opposite style of Billy, because whatever Billy lacks, he has, and whatever he lacks, Billy has. So like his normals may not reach as far as like Billy's, but Billy don't have a DP. Billy don't have a fireball. He does. He has a built-in counter. He has a bunch of stuff that Billy don't have. So it's like, okay, depending on the matchup, all right, we're gonna rotate. You Billy on the bench, Marco you up, and vice versa. So, but that's after I get comfortable with the game more and more, and then I'm like, okay, I'm ready to start learning secondary. But yeah, right now, Billy's the main, Marco coming up. So, get ready, all that.
Hold it.
For me, it's mainly just been Dong Hwan. I think Dong Hwan's cool. I think my only issue with him is like neutral is kind of hard when I'm fighting like fireball characters. It's kind of like getting in is like the tough part with him. But like once you get in, I think he's real fun. He got a lot of cool mix options. Some of it's kind of fake, but some of it isn't. You said earlier you were surprised a lot of people weren't playing him. I kind of, after playing him for a little bit, kind of not, just because like compared to like some of the other top tier characters, he has a lot that he has to try and fight and get through to even get to where he wants to be on screen. And then some of his grabs don't put him in like favorable position. Like his forward throw isn't the best because he has that ending animation. His back throw is what you want to do, but you don't always want to back throw people. Then you have people locked down. It's like, all right, you got to go for this mix that may or may not be like true or not, because people can counter it pretty easily, especially with the defensive options in the game. So he has to take a lot of like risks, and a lot of them don't really, I'm not gonna say they don't lead to much because he hits like a truck off of basically anything, but it's a lot of uncertainty in what you're doing with him on if the risk versus reward is worth it. So it makes sense why a lot of people don't play him. But I think he's a fun character overall. I want to low-key go back to Preacher though, because I ain't gonna lie, just punching people with crouch C and just going into whatever, crouch C the fun button and just whoop-de-doo. I kind of just missed that, just turn my brain off and whoop-de-doo, like it's kind of lit. Right?
Yeah.
That's just where I'm at right now.
Bet. Huey?
Yeah, All right, so when I started off in the beta, I was playing Vox. That was the character who had my interest at first. But then on release, the character I really wanted to play was Tomorrow, right? So, the infamous flying squirrel.
Yes, sir.
The demon of the skies.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, so it's like for Tomorrow, I like a lot of his options in neutral, like being able to being the only character that could feint in the air and just be able to mix people off of that. And yeah, just having a really solid projectile game, just all of his options are stuff that I kind of value in a character, specifically a rushdown character. In most games, the archetype I normally gravitate towards is mostly zoner type characters or trap style characters. So this is kind of my first time doing a rushdown kind of character that I really vibed with. And then more recently, I was trying out Bijane. Bijane is actually pretty cool too because she has a lot of air mobility and she has a lot of different tricky kind of specials. Her 2-1-4 kicks, you can feint both of them to skip the hit and try to do other stuff on hit or on knockdown with it. So yeah, I'm just gonna continue to explore that until Andy comes out.
Man of the hour.
Right now, I've been kind of just exploring the rest of the roster. I know if you guys know me from my channel, everyone knows I'm a huge Mai fan, BGNet fan. Right now, I'm playing Hokusamaru, while I'm also labbing Mai on the side. Not really fully excelling with Mai right now because I don't really care for her buttons, the state that she's into the game. But I'm slowly working with her, try to adapt to this version of Mai in the game. But yeah, I'm playing Hokusamaru mainly because I want to stick to the Shiora Nui brand, you know what I'm saying? I think he just looks freaking cool in this game. So I've been playing him a lot, having fun with him until Andy comes. Looking to play Andy and Mai competitively. Jeanette, the reason why I'm not playing her is because I'm not really a fan of some of her guard council options the more I lab with her, but I think she's a strong character overall. But I'm just man, not right now. In the state of the game right now. But yeah, that's just who I've been playing with overall. Been looking at other characters like Cristiano and even Marco to a certain extent. And I definitely want to say Cristiano Ronaldo is definitely an interesting character, especially his setups. And the more I looked at his setups, the more I'm like, oh, this is how this character works. I think he's really technical. I don't think he's really easy pick up and play. But yeah, I've just been mainly moving around the roster, just seeing who I really vibe with until then. So yeah. But for DLC, I'm definitely looking for Andy and Chun-Li. So yeah, but still work on Mai for the meantime.
Yeah, we've had lots of talks about Mai. It's one minute, Mai is great. Next minute, it's bruh, FML.
Yeah.
But
I was definitely feeling that way during the betas. Yeah. And especially the second beta where we had training mode, and I'm like, okay, all right.
Yeah, she's still the I mean, I think just to talk about Mai just for a brief second. I think a lot of you guys that watch my YouTube, you guys don't know this either, but in a lot of the SNK games, I've played Mai pretty much damn near every game. KOF 13, I pioneered so much stuff for that character because no one really found any value in her, amongst other things. And then 14, I played her a good bit. 15, I played her she was part of the main squad when I needed to rotate someone out. But this game is just infuriating, and I know it's kind of like she should be somewhat different. I know that they're trying to, I don't want to say strivify, but like they did the same thing in Strive with Bike, like what they did with Biking and Strive, what they did with Mai in this game. They try to standardize her and make her more understandable for people. I think they also
PTSD when you said that.
right.
Continue, my bad.
But they also didn't want people to hate Mai. I think because she has this new design and whatnot, they want to like really push that design, and they want to. It feels to me like they kind of did this to her on purpose so that people can love the character. Personally, that's how I feel. But you can definitely strive and fight with her and do well with her. You just gotta be pretty conservative. But I hope that they address this character in the near future, because I, much like Edo, am a Mai player. So it'd be nice to get the it's just a little weird to have the quote unquote queen of fighters in her game be weak in her own
She's
game.
struggling.
Be weak in her own game, but then be top tier in Street Fighter. It's kind of
Right.
ass backwards. So
Yeah, and she doesn't even have half of the stuff that she has in her kid, and over there is like
yeah.
doesn't have elite wall jump like the mobility, but she's very strong in that game because fan.
Right.
Just like,
But I think all this is nice and well and all, but we gotta go ahead and do it. We gotta cut to the chase. We know why you're here,
Uh-oh.
and I think this is the greatest talking point, and it is the current discussion. Because I don't want to say discourse; it seems negative. But the current discussion is North America versus Asia. Right after and during Combo Breaker, there's a lot of like murmurs of like, yo, NA's not that far behind. Asia's too good. Like, yeah, prior to Combo Breaker, maybe Asia's too good. Post and during Combo Breaker, Asia's not that, it's not that wow for real like that. Like, they're not that far ahead. So I guess we can call this NA versus Asia, I guess. Like, I'll
Yes,
say,
sir.
from my perspective watching it, I do not mean for 1 second that, like, well, I don't mean, but like, I don't want to take away from our boys. I think our boys are doing really well. A lot of people are picking the game up and learning what they need to do. I think we're not far behind Asia at all. I think my opinion is we focus way too hard on set play, but that's every fighting game in North America. We always what's the mix, or you can't do nothing about the mix. The problem with that line of thought, and I want to drive this point home, the problem with that line of thought in a game like City of the Wolves, where defensive mechanics are actually useful, that line of thought does not apply to the game. Not at 100%. No. It applies, but not at 100%. And I get it. You probably saw the Goichi mix, but what do you mean, Kensu? Goichi mixed all day? Sure. But you got to think about, one, how they got there into that position, and then two, why not take a chance with the defensive mechanics, right? Defensive mechanics being just defend and hyper defend and rev blow usage. All those things are there. Those are your three main lines of defense, other than rev guard, obviously, right? So you have, so again, hyper defend, just defend, rev guard, rev blow, and just general blocking. And then we'll just add a sixth one for fuzzy defense, right? All these things are all prevalent in there for you to try to deal with these options. However, not many, if any of them, were really utilized like that. I'm not gonna sit here and say that our boys are bad or anything like that, right? Like, this isn't Reynolds bad for not just defending an overhead. I mean, it's an overhead, right? Either way it goes, you have to pick a just defend, whether it's a down just defend or a back just defend. Down being a low, back being the mid, which would be the overhead, right? He has to pick. And blocking it, you can get a punish, of course. I believe the overhead, if it's not meaty, is negative enough. Shout outs to Fendo for that one. Big school bus.
Big ups.
Big ups to school bus. So I do believe you can punish it based on the timing. You know, and if you're not sure, just hit jab, right? Just because if you're just not sure. But like, other than that, like even like the Kane set play, you can definitely just defend some of that stuff, try to get away. Because like I've noticed, and again, I'm gonna throw this one out here. I'm gonna give a big ups to the school bus again because he's been posting some of the Kane setups and how to deal with them. And I was on my way with that too during Combo Breaker weekend. I was working on like how to deal with Kane and his knockdown setups and things of that nature. And like, to be honest with you, some of that stuff can be just defended or hyper defended. Like, if you don't trust your just defends on your wake up, you can block and hyper defend some of these things and get away. Obviously, some characters might have it more difficult than others. I'll be honest and tell you the DP break characters, which is a good 8 or 9 characters, can actually get away more successfully with that move in your arsenal. Others might have to zero frame super. Maybe when they special cancel, maybe it's a trade. Maybe, like for example, I'd say the most unique character on defense against Kane, honestly, is Kevin Ryan, because he has a combat role. And the combat role can get around a lot of stuff. Now, whether or not we utilize that is up to us as players, but like at the same time, making the effort to try it, whether tournament or not, is important. We need to really take advantage of the system mechanics and not be afraid. I think I have a lot to say about this. This is what I'm going off, but a lot of players don't seem to grasp the fact that like we always complain, or we always complain. There's always a large vocal minority of people that complain about lack of defensive mechanics, and this game has plenty of them. And the fact that we're not utilizing them while Asia is kind of uncanny, like some X-Men, because it doesn't make any sense for us to assume that you're going to get like your meaty safe jump and it's not going to get contested. Because remember, for those of you watching this who don't understand, right? A meaty safe jump, right? Meaning if you use your dragon punch on wake up, my button is going to miss and I'm going to block. If you press something, my button will hit you. Or if you don't press anything, I'll still hit you. And it's my pressure. But the reality is you can actually guard cancel, DP, or heavy DP break those. And like not very many people know that. Not very many people try to challenge. Like I even pointed out in one of my videos when I did early analysis, like zero frame with I'm like, this is going to change meaties. Like you can't just, I'm a meaty you normally. No. Like when you get players that are really good at the defensive mechanics, you can't just do your typical meaties. You might have to start doing delayed meaties because there are tons of defensive option selects as people like to use. So like forward, back, into quarter circle forward. Well, the forward is to start buffering your dragon punch input, then the back to just defend, and the quarter circle forward to round out the rest of the DP. So you can do DP break or just light DP to break up whatever that situation that may be. Not to mention some of the other option selects that exist with the zero frames, etc., etc. So it's like
Right.
The game instantly changes when you're playing someone that understands how to do that. And I think that was something that was happening a decent amount with the Asia players when I saw on stream in comparison to us. Like, I don't know. It was always just set play this, set play that. No real defensive, no real use of defensive mechanics. So
I think when it comes to NA and like Asia, right? I do agree with you where I think we're like kind of neck to neck, but like if you ask me, I think Asia's a little bit above right now because, like you said, the defense mechanics is being shown off. On top of that, it's how they play. It's how they play the neutral game in a way. Throughout even Japan and recently Combo Breaker a couple of days ago or a day ago, we saw a lot of JDs from Asia where they'll JD certain normals or certain attacks to keep themselves in the game. On top of using Rev Guard, I think that's another mechanic that's not being explored much here, especially how Rev Guard does pushback to certain strings or like pressure for characters. Where, for example, like Goichi, he Rev Guard kinds close C into flash kick break or feint. In the middle between the flash kick break and the close C, like close to the end of the close C where it's active, before you can go for flash kick break, you can tap Rev Guard and it pushes you a good amount further away from Kain, where the flash kick break will come out and you can just whip punish him. Like you can just punish him for just whipping that. And that was being shown off a lot. And throughout this weekend for Combo Breaker, and especially back in early Evo Japan, where we had nothing but players from Japan, Taiwan, Korea, or China. It's like they're exploring the system mechanics like Rev Guard and showing this in this situation you can use this instead of just going for like HD or JDs. Make sure you top Rev Guard in this moment to get the pushback to punish these characters, and I feel like we're not exploring that at all. Another big problem I feel like we have here is we've been asking for a really good fighting game with a balance of offense and defensive mechanics, and this game has that. But we complain quickly about, well, why I gotta go through this situation just to punish this character, or like, you know what I mean? Uses the system mechanics to punish this. And I feel like that definitely discouraged a lot of people for some reason, because I guess they just want, I'm gonna take a shot at Street Fighter. It's like, I just want to hit perfect parry and punish this, you know what I mean? It's like, no, you're not gonna get that in this game, I don't know. I just feel like we definitely would like the easy route of punishes for characters, and that's not going to work that way, So I don't know. I just feel like that's just a modern like thinking when it comes to this game, and I think that's one reason why we're so quick to switch to characters like Hotaru or Kain, to get the easy wins, because we don't want to sit here and lab out the tough stuff, So I don't know. I feel like that mentality also ruins the reputation of the game, at least here. Because we're just complaining about, oh, it ain't nothing but these characters, but you decide to pick these characters, So I don't know.
I think that is the difference, is strictly just the mindset when it comes to like the system mechanics overall in the game. Because like I would see it a lot on Twitter where people would like find things, or certain things would happen in like a tournament, and people are like quick to like go to lab it, and how they would lab things be different. Like the people that really commit to the system mechanics, they like, okay, you could JD this or you could hyper defend that and get like a real good punish and stuff. But there's a group of people that's just like, if I have to see another JD punish, why can't I just block it and get them? Like, that's not how the game is built. Like, you gotta. Is that how the game's played? Like, you gotta be.
That's not how the game is played. You can't do that.
A little elbow grease into it, JD, and stop being scared. Like, what do you mean? You just want to block and get the punish. Sometimes you can't do that because the moves is too safe. Some moves in this game is just safe like that. Like, you can't just normally block, because now it's not your turn at all. Now you're just gonna sit there and block all day. All right, your guard's broken now. That's tough. It's over with. You're gonna have to take some risk in this game on defense if you want to like push to that next level of getting better. And I don't see that from a lot of people. Like, some people might get upset, I guess. I don't really care. Anyway, I don't see that from a lot of people. So it's like, if you're not willing to do that, you can't get mad at other people that are willing to do that, and then they want to show you those answers, and then you just like, that's good to say now, but where you at? It's like, same place you at, because you lost. So like, what are we doing? What are you doing here?
Let's talk about
I just don't understand it. It's too much. I feel like that's another thing. They're more united over there, where they're willing to play with each other and like test stuff out and go to these places and have a bunch of these events where they're just chilling with everybody or connect with everybody. Where over here it's just like, not in a group chat. I ain't really trying to listen to what you got to talk about. So like, I don't really want to do that. And it's
like bump all that playing together, bump all that tech. Like, I'm here for me, and it's like, that's one reason why we don't really we don't get there, you know, like as
And like, I feel
together
like
as NA, we struggle because we don't play.
like locals is supposed to
Don't listen.
facilitate that. Locals kind of dying out, but when you have a good local scene, like I know here in New York, they have like a good local scene with Bum and for City of the Wolves. You know that boy Hugh be over there putting in work with them. Like they have a good local scene. They're trying building and growing and getting stronger with each other. You know what I'm saying? But it's not like an overall U.S. community that's just like you get together unless I know you, and it's just, I feel like it's kind of weird. Like you should be able to learn from. You can learn something from anybody. It just doesn't matter where they are or what level of competition they is. Everybody got something to teach you. You just got to be willing to sit there and hear them out and learn from them or take from them and do whatever. But
That's true.
Yeah.
that's where I think the difference is, or the disparity is.
Like I definitely tell you this now, like, and even Kenzo can, like, all of you guys can agree with me. Where it's like you look at Asia, what do you see 24/7 on the streams? Like, yeah, you'll see some rank here and there, but you always see them in a lobby, Score, ET, Xiaobai, Punko, Goichi, Fanrich, even Dogra. Like, they're always playing each other a lot to get the matchup experience and learn more about the games. We're not doing that much over here, you know. And another thing I want to say is we're not zero framing. Like, we're not working on zero framing, but they are, you know. Zizzy or XYZZY, he's been showcasing zero framing with Billy because Billy doesn't have a DP. You know, he has reversal supers, but that's only going to get you so far, especially at a high level. You have to learn the defensive mechanics to get there with that character. So he's been showcasing zero frames. Character like Kain, you got a zero frame. Hoka Samaru, but we're not showcasing that stuff here, but they are, and it's like,
Oh no, Kain, he can flash kick.
he has flash kick, yeah. But you know, it's just one of those things where it's like you have other options on the table, but we're just not looking at those things here. So
Yeah, it's like we have all the tools like available to us to, like, you know, take advantage of these kind of things. Like literally, like just today, you know, I was like looking for mods and stuff, right? And like there's like this video just kind of like showcasing the mod, right? And like it was basically like a sound mod for like a different sound effects in like City of the Wolves. And like the person set the dummy to like hyper defend or like just defend. And I'm like, wait, you could just do that and just like lab pressure that you like run across against like the dummy, and you'll see what's the right move to hyper defend against. And you're just like, okay, next time I see that, I'll hyper defend at this point. So it's like just like stuff like that, just like recreating scenarios in the training mode is like another thing that I don't see like a lot of people like doing, or at least they're not doing it in public. They're just keeping it to themselves. This
Right.
for the most part.
I definitely think this is a lab game. I'm gonna be honest with you guys.
Yeah.
For those of you watching this isn't like, you know, pick up and play and just. And I mean, don't get me wrong, you can pick up and play the game for sure, but like to really push the next level, Coda said it. You're gonna have to learn the hyper defend. You have to learn the mechanics. Like, it's one thing to just rev excel after rev excel after rev excel, and then you're like, oh man, I'm in overheat. How did I do that? Well, you know, system mechanics. Do you know where your SPG should go? What I play SPG up front? Well, you get no extra meter benefits. So did you know that? It's like it's funny because like it's like a 2D game that's filled with a bunch of micro knowledge checks in a sense. And if you're not willing to, and let me not say if you're not willing to, you should make it a point if you want to play this game to be willing to take some time out to kind of lab defense. I will admit the training mode is a little cumbersome. It's definitely, I hate to say it's dated at this point, but it's basically Street Fighter V's training mode. It would definitely be nice if they upgrade that, and I do hope that that's something that's in a future update, because like, I'm gonna be honest, in two fronts. One, for a game that has a lot of money attached to it, it's important to be able to lab the defense. And then on a casual level, you still want to know how to deal with things so you're not just dying. Because in some cases, some people steal turns in offense, and knowing where to stop that. Like, if you, like, for example, yeah, like if you let it happen, then you should be prepared. you should feel like, oh, okay, he did this. Okay, I'm gonna hyper defend this and punish. Because not every hyper defend style situation, right? Or rather, not every hyper defense situation will lead to your opponent killing you. Sometimes it's just you just need to stop that special move as an ender, right? Like it's a true block string or whatever, so you hyper defend the special move on reaction. Like you can see it, and you just need to learn that. It's just part of the game. It's essential. You should not want to learn how to use those defensive mechanics because it's a defensively rich game. Well, rather, let me phrase it. It's a good balance of both offense and defense because you can 100% for sure use the defensive mechanics offensively. That is for damn sure. So, I guess what was your thoughts on I don't know if you got a chance to say anything about the NA versus.
Just stop labbing goddamn combos. Just stop focusing on just labbing a combo. Like everybody said, like just actually learn the system itself. Don't just worry about, oh, I got this much damage. It's like, okay, now what happens if you the one on the other end of that and they going at you? How you gonna defend all this? Are you confident in your air JDs? Because I've been playing rank, and I know rank is an indicator for how people play, but like I'll do Billy's little fire pinwheel when they jump over me, and I'm just testing to see if you can air JD. If you can't, I'm gonna keep doing it. Who gonna stop me? It ain't gonna be you. I'm gonna keep doing it.
Who gonna stop the step on rank?
Because if the moment I see you can't air JD, buddy, we locked in for the rest of this match. I'm gonna be a nuisance because if you're not air JDing, then that means I'm gonna exploit that, and that's what your opponents are gonna do. If they see that you're not JDing or air JDing, especially, they're gonna use that against you if they have a fireball or any other. If they're just gonna jump in for free. Or if they see you try to jump in, like, and they throw something at you, if you can JD it, that's an added defense. Like, you're not defenseless when you jump in the air entirely. Like, you can defend yourself, but people are so focused on like combo. Look at this. Ooh, Kane did all of this. It's like,
like what's
you know
the
I could block that, right? You know I could JD that, right? You know I could stop that, right? You know if I just wait 2 seconds.
Yeah,
it's like I said earlier, where it's like I think our mentality here, and it happens in other areas, right? But I think it's more of like, what's the easiest and fastest way for me to get to either this ring or to the mill? And I think that's what it's always been. It happened in Street Fighter. It's happening in this game. Like it's just like people don't want to sit there and like learn the ins and outs of the mechanics. And like I said, that gives the game a bad representation here, I think. Especially where people complain about a lot of stuff like Kain, and it's like, well, he has 2-hit normals or 3-hit normals. You can hyper him up for those normals, or like JD's
I really
normals.
need people to go rewatch that match with Goichi and Fenrich in top 8 at Combo Breaker.
that match was
'Cause
good.
the little
Like, that match
micro
was the showcase of what
interactions
it's
that was
supposed to be.
going on, where Goichi would hyper defend or just defend something, Fenrich would take note of that, mix up the options.
Yeah.
Now, Goichi going to hyper defend, Fenrich like, I ain't even pressing right here. What you doing? He tap 4, now you got hit. And I'm like,
Because that's
y'all
another,
got it.
that's another
Now
thing
we're
that I
playing
feel
some
like-
Fatal Fury.
Yeah, because that's another thing. I remember
Got it.
we talked about this during the beta and after. I don't even know if people realize it's like, yeah, you could hyper defend stuff, and then you could JD stuff and hyper defend. But if your opponent, like Coda said, if they catch on to that, they can mix it up. So then what they're gonna do, they're gonna purposely do a string that ain't real. Because if it's not real, you're gonna get hit because what you did, what your goofy self done did. You tap forward, you didn't thought, oh, me smart, I'm gonna catch him. Now you got punched in the face because there's a gap. There's a gap between them. When it's not a real string, you can't hyper defend.
Yeah.
So you're gonna get hit in the face because your opponent's gonna like. That's where the back and forth comes from. That's where the tic tac toe and all of this, like
The mind games.
the mind games and stuff. Because your defense is what boosts your offense. Your offense could be 8-1, but if your opponent knows how to defend, your offense means nothing. Like to me personally, like I feel like if you only worry about offense and your opponent knows how to use the defensive mechanics, they're gonna blow you up every single time because you're just wide open.
Yeah, and it's like in this game compared to other games, your defense leads directly to offense. So it's like it's not even like a most times it's like, okay, like you finish your string, now it's the other person's turn, they do their string, now it's your turn. Like, no, you can get blown up if your shit is not good.
Yeah.
Like it's our turn now. Like now
And
it's
then,
our
Like, all of a sudden you get guard cancel into a rev move, and now all of a sudden you take like 50% because your string was your string was whack.
and it's like you definitely have to find the right moments and right places of when to use these mechanics like JD or hyper defense and like pressure. And it's like we're not exploring none of that.
Yeah,
Which
you
is
can't
crazy.
you can't always just. It's funny. This game is crazy. Even if people want to say, "Well, I could just JD everything," no, because there's situations where Preacher throws a fireball and you go, "I'm a JD it." Now she in your face. She done ran up on you. And you gotta make a decision. She done ran up on you because she know you were gonna
do
JD.
around here. What you?
Yeah, and that fireball lasts a minute too. So they're gonna count on you JDing. It's certain situations where it's like, do I JD? Do I rev guard? Do I regular block? What do I do? Do I want to push them away from me? Do I want to try to JD it? Are they gonna count on that? Are they just gonna grab me? It's more to this than just counter hit, go crazy combo. It's like no.
Hate to be, yeah.
It's like no. It's way more than that. And when you fighting a character like Marco, you need to understand what I'm telling y'all. Listen to me, please. You can't let him get away with this.
He's
Like,
right.
y'all need to pick this character, please. This character is insane. When I watch Goichi play, and I was like, it's like he's doing the things that I was imagining somebody would do. If you're neutral, if your like neutral game is on point, oh my god,
Yeah.
oh my god, it was so disgusting.
It's crazy when you look at it too, because like I want to point out
Oh my god.
at the moment, and I'm not knocking any gatos at all. I don't think we have at the moment in our tournament scene at the moment. It's not. I don't think we have a super strong gato yet, or notable one rather. It doesn't mean that
like definitive like a gato guy or like group or players like that you just think of instantly with the character.
Right. But we had 3 gatos from Asia. We had Cian, we had RB, and we had Punko. Of the 3, RB and Punko made top 8. RB made it in winners, and Punko made it in, I believe he made it in losers, right? I want to point out, one neat thing about those 2 is that both playing the same character, completely different playstyles. completely.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another thing. You don't have to. You like when I mentioned Marco earlier, how he's designed doesn't fit my play style, right? He's like literally the antithesis. But if I wanted to, I could play him differently. If I don't want to just rush you down, I could play the fireball game if I want to, or just keep, and same, there's people that play Billy wildly different than how I play him. They will rush you down. So I'm like, okay, I'm like, all right, my fault. Hold on, I gotta readjust. I thought we was from the gentleman's duel. No, you just ran my face. All right, my fault. Hold on, we scrapping. Like, you don't have to play characters the same. Like Kensou used the example with those 2. Like, the system allows for like, hey, if you want to be aggressive, all right, go for it. If you want to be defensive, all right, go for it. You want to, it's flexible. It's not a one note thing with everybody.
If you want to be just full on offense, you can, but
yeah, you want to.
That's gonna come with a cost. You're gonna have to be careful now. You know what I'm saying? It's
it was very interesting to see because like I'm learning more from RB personally because he's got the passive aggressive playstyle that I love. So like watching how he plays timings is really, really crucial. Cian is the same too. I think both of them have that, like we're playing a slow paced, more passive aggressive timing game. Now clearly I love Punko style too, because Punko just be like, look bro, we in the gulag. It's one way in, no way out. You feel me? So like I love his balls to the wall play style and his ability to just not really like, I don't want to say not care, but make educated guesses on his like DPs. Because if you get caught by that DP and you tech roll forward, you got to guess. There is no, I'm safe. No. Rolling into Gato after light DP is like, I ain't gonna lie, that's like a damn death sentence. Because he's gonna wave dash and then recross you up. So if you aren't rev guarding, or if you're kind and you can DP, but if you're not and you got a regular DP, it's not a flash kick, you might just get hit. Or you might get thrown. So him being able to left right you off of his DP is actually, I'm not gonna, that's pretty crazy when I think about it. But like, it's really neat to see how both of them use that like style of play. They both use like I said, all of them just play differently, and they all utilize Gato's strengths differently. So like, it's been like a big treat to learn from them. Even from watching ZJZ and some of the other Hotarus, for example. Like ZJZ was the only Hotaru to make it. And I know I'm gonna probably hear something about this later, so let me address this now too, because I had addressed it in my comments recently. You know, I understand people have heard that Hotaru's top 1, but if she's top 1, why are there like 5 different kinds and 5 Hokutomarus? Well, she's still a Shoto at the end of the day, right? She's still a fireball DP character. It just so happens that from the standpoint of a kit, she has everything. You could argue her buttons are small, but when you think about the ranges she could play at, those very same buttons are pretty dangerous. On top of the damage output, she has very stable damage. I'm not gonna say she has the absolute highest. She can hit 600 like a lot of other characters, but like, I'm not gonna hold you. Gato doing 600 in SPG for just 1 bar. So like, you know, like, kind of stark contrast there in terms of characters, right? Like, so even though she may be top 1, she doesn't delete you. Like, she's gonna need like 3 combos, 3 really good combos to kill. Especially outside of SPG, and even in SPG, it's like, if you don't really burn hidden gear in her combos, you're not really killing like that. So
yeah,
she still
and that's like, that's like pretty much across the board for all the characters too. That's what I like about this game. It's like, there's no like kind of like clear like, all right, this person is doing a lot more damage than the rest of the cast. Everybody's doing like kind of like similar amounts of damage in like the same kind of situations. It's just that the keys, they have to open the door to the damage. Some people got the better keys than others. You know?
I'm not gonna hold you. I'm playing Gato. I definitely got some keys. Oh, you with the DP?
Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy, bro. C, faint dash forward C. Damn, that's crazy, bro. Down C.
Yeah.
Whew, man, I'm not done. Hold on. Wait. EX Soaring Fang. We done already took away 340. Damn, that's crazy. Couldn't be me.
And then at the end, send you into the sky. Yeah.
For 600? SPG for 600? I'll take what's counter hit for 600, Alex? like
sure.
That's just fire. But you know,
and then like what I said earlier with Hotaru, I think even though she is top 1, I think people are like kind of like staying away from her for a little bit, like until like they see like what's like the results of like the next patch. But then again, you see like all like the Hokutomarus and kinds just like they don't care, they playing the character.
Yeah, it's really just Hotaru players. And the irony here about Hotaru, right? I think a lot of America's not playing her, but all of Asia. Like, if it's kind of like, I play this game on the side. Who do you play? Hotaru. Akira, Hotaru. Freaking Kendivu. He switched from Gato to Hotaru. Freaking Pugera, Hotaru. It's like all these dudes, if they play Street Fighter or another game and they play City of the Wolves, they all pick Hotaru because she's easy and they know it.
Pugera recently just picked up Marco.
He's picked up Marco.
Yeah, that I think that's the secret top tier.
I truly believe that's the top 1, top 2 character. Once Hotaru like dies down a little bit, I think he's the secret top tier, personally.
Yeah,
but me and Spike been saying this.
Yeah, whatever they do to normalize her is just gonna push him up.
Yeah,
like ever so slightly.
It's gonna be like what they did with KOF 15, when like you had characters like K49, Kyo. It was like other characters like that were like above everybody else not to a point where it was so egregious that you couldn't do anything, but it was like obvious, like, okay, these characters need some toning down, right? But what they did was, instead of like leaving them there and then buffing everybody else, they were like, let's just tone these characters down, like bring them back, and then by proxy what happens is those other characters go up because you tone down the other characters. So characters like Ryo flew under the radar for so long and just was getting just everybody else was getting nerfed, and he just crept and crept and crept and crept and crept. Him, Benimaru, a bunch of other characters just crept and crept because people was looking at Bijane, K49, Gato, Kyo. Hell, at one point Iori, he wasn't doing that hot.
He wasn't doing hot until that one patch. One patch came out.
Listen, you know we can't have the moneymaker not looking good. Come on, we gotta spruce up that pompadour. Come on. Get in there.
You gotta pay for that jacket somehow.
We gotta pay for that jacket somehow. Listen, I need you to get in there. I don't see enough purple flames in my game right now.
Yeah.
I think though, I guess to kind of, we can round out the discussion on the NA versus JP. I think like, I mean, at the end of the day, I don't think that we're that far.
No, not at all. I don't think so. I think Japan just has not Japan, but just Asia as a whole have a slight edge. I'll put it that way. Like for it to be Reynolds versus Goichi at grand finals and stuff, regardless of how it went, the fact that it got to those two shows is like, okay, we can box. Like it ain't like a complete just domination of the whole tournaments and events. It's like no. I'm sure they took note of that. Right, but they do have a slight edge, but it's not enough to where it's like, well, there's nothing we can do. It's like it's only been 1 month.
Yeah, it's still hella early. Like, and I know some people are like, but bro, it's been 1 month. You know how much stuff that is in this game we don't even know about? Like it's so much stuff in this game that we all have to figure out.
I mean, even aside,
even it's 1 month, it's so
even
early.
the rate of characters that's gonna be coming to the game also. So there's always something new we're gonna have to like adjust for in interactions too.
Like just to put some cadence on NA. I mean, we're not gonna act like Diaphone didn't do well at Evo Japan. Like we just not gonna say that.
Yeah, like we out here. US is out here.
Yeah, we're out here.
I feel like every major that has like strong US players that go to it, for the most part, we either do well or we place in like that top 8, top 24, like somewhere around there. Like we not top 6, like we have good placements there. Like I said, I think the only thing holding people back is one, their willingness to explore the system mechanics a little bit more, and their willingness to work with more people outside from who they normally do.
Yeah,
you get over those two humps, then great.
Yeah, we're definitely like a play by feel kind of community, but this is not a play by feel kind of game. Not at all.
Like
you gotta be willing to learn stuff. Gotta be willing to lab stuff. Gotta be willing to play each other.
Play each other, learn from each other.
Once Andy,
like literally play with each other, like play together and literally learn from each other. Lab the game. And push forward, you know. We got to do this together, not just by ourselves or keep it for nationals or whatever. Like, nah, bro. Like, if we all want to get better, we got to start playing and adapting together.
Yeah,
I'm playing Andy when he dropped. I'm gonna just say that.
Yeah, ShinKensou.
I seen that. I seen what that character.
We need it. Where we at on the docket? When we gonna talk about Andy?
Oh yeah, run it up.
Akuma. All right, we need to talk about We need to talk about Akuma.
Run it up.
I'm not a fan. I'm gonna let that know. I'm
not a fan.
He fired, but he is literally everything I hate about fighting characters, like all in the air, flipping around, and it's like
that's unfortunate.
Beautiful.
You gotta hold this plasma.
Hey, that's unfortunate. you gonna take this demon flow.
You gonna hold this plasma. I'm telling you.
I remember we were talking about like, well, Hokutomaru pretty much, for the most part, he has Andy stuff, and we was like, well, what they gonna do different with him? Like, we was like, oh, well, maybe they'll give him clones or like something. That's what I remember Coda and Huey was talking about, like, would they do this or do? I was like, oh, maybe they give him Gamma Blade or something. Let's get wacky. SNK was like, no. You heard of Akuma? Huh?
What
They said,
happened was
let's take what
when he
Andy
was in the
already could do and amp it up.
Yeah, I think somehow
when he was in the
more
woods.
wacky than what we would think he was gonna get.
Yeah,
When
they
he was
went
training in the
wacky.
woods, he found Akuma's cave. That's what happened.
That's a fact.
Akuma let him in there. He found Akuma's cave when he was
Yeah, he
training in the
was-
woods. Once he let Hokutomaru go to the city, and he was like, "I'm gonna be on my little arc." He hopped in there.
Yeah.
He saw Elena chilling. He said, "Who that? Who that over there?" She said, "Oh, that's Big Kuma."
He said, yo,
Hey, let
what's
me
good?
talk to you, big bro. Hey, big bro, let me talk to you real quick.
Let me borrow the sandals right quick. I'll give him
You know what I'm saying? I heard some things about you. You mind if I? Come on, bro. We got you. And now he back.
I'm gonna put my own spin on this real quick. Like
Yeah,
the flips can go into like. Does one of his flips go into a grab? Like, did I know?
I'm sorry.
Like,
It's just right when Coda said that. I'm sorry. Hey, yo, Cassidy asked about me just came on in my head, bro. I'm a hustler.
Bro,
He said, hey, Akuma, I heard about you, big dog. Hey, what's going on? Let's talk about it. Like,
yeah, cause we were wondering, like, for the most part, Hokutomaru plays like Andy,
it's
more or
pretty
less,
much Andy.
like
that's pretty much
right.
it.
It's Andy pretty much,
Pretty much Andy.
but
Yeah.
it's like Hokutomaru plays like old and like
Mhm.
old KO 14, old just standard Andy, right? Just standard Andy. It's like okay, quintessential Andy. This Andy,
Yeah.
Andy like. I showed him what I could do, but I ain't showed him everything. I taught him everything he knows.
Yeah.
They actually made that, that little drop down thing he did, like when he would do his kick flip and he'll just drop down, he could just drop out there quick. They made that useful, like more useful. They gave him routes.
It's like
Why did you give him routes?
Hey, whoa, whoa.
it's funny.
Said why?
Why?
They gave him
Little
a
bro
cross-up
Bogart.
option on his flip.
It's funny because it's like
Why?
it's like yeah we let the new gen have this, but it's like
Like, all right.
Andy Meyer is like nah we not out yet, don't count us out type beat, you know.
Yeah,
Especially Andy.
It's
And
like air fireball stuff.
He has air
Yeah.
fireball, bro. I love the fact that EX demon flip, he teleports. And you have to
turns
guess.
into a cloud.
You have to guess what's coming, and on top of that, I think you can control the range, like the area where he's going. From what I've been hearing, like you can go a little bit
I'm
further
sorry to say,
or
it's gonna be
close,
all right.
close to your opponent. I can't wait.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Joe, please.
And I've said this in my video where I like react to some of the gameplay where I think this is the most unique Andy has ever been, playable, and his kit, and I think everything what he can do out of demon flip, because he had the flip but he couldn't act out of it, at least to my knowledge from KOF. I didn't play him at all in like real bout and stuff, but he has a lot of options out of demon flip, and that's where the uniqueness is going to be at for him in that kit, especially mixing it up with fireballs. His normals look amazing, especially it look like there's a lot of normals that pushing him forward, advancing forward.
As you mentioned his normals, I don't know if they've confirmed it, but this looks like an updated build from Evo Japan, because his lights are
really?
better. His lights are better.
Okay.
His
I
lights
have not
don't-
seen.
Mhm.
Oh, good.
From the little
I have
footage
not
I've
seen
seen,
the recent new stuff.
yeah, it's like he can do the 3D confirm better now. He
That's
doesn't have
good,
to be
yeah,
like
that's
right up on you no more. From what I've seen,
That's good.
so I think they
Yeah.
updated him a little bit.
Yeah, and then now he has like the command normals. Like I don't know if he had that before, but he has the command normals that you can special cancel them too.
Like he's just a full on ninja now in this game. Like it's just like
It's like
Okay.
when I look at his gameplay, I know it might sound weird, but I look at him like for some reason he gives me Hibiki vibes from Blaze Blue. Like everything he's doing just reminds me of that character, just in like SNK's old way. Like, yeah, he don't got the clones, but he has normals that basically act like the clones. And then the demon flip is basically all the flip cancel stuff Hibiki be doing, and like the back flip into the. It's literally just that character to me they put into like an SNK game. That's just how I feel when I look at him. I'm just like, I need that. Like, I have to play him. I have to play him.
I
It's
can
just like
say
in my soul. I
see-
like that.
I see Swag Fish right now. He.
Oh, he looking like he gonna be looking like the Willem Dafoe meme. I ain't gonna
Yeah, I'm
like.
about to be looking up because y'all been skipping there. Like I don't like when characters are just flipping around in the air and I gotta knock you out the sky. Yo, sit down. Like so let's just talk.
That's
like
the
let's
beautiful thing about movement and ninja characters,
He got
bro.
more than that. This man
That's
got.
the beautiful. That's why we like ninja characters.
I don't need Ninja Akuma.
Hey man, you don't need it, but we need
That
it.
sounds like peak.
Hey,
Yeah.
you don't want it, but we need
that.
it. We want
Give me
that.
death, all right?
Yeah.
I don't need them.
Hey, listen, I'm
Like, I
telling
usually
you,
don't like those type. I don't like fighting those type of characters. But if my character can do the same thing,
Yeah. Oh,
we just boxing in the
Yeah,
air.
it's
Then. Like, it's just where
equal.
we at.
Yeah, it's
You
not
You
got
got an air throw. I got an air throw. What's going on? What we trying to do?
I don't have that, bro.
who jumping first?
Oh,
I tell you
hey,
what,
that's-
it's not me. I
They
said
don't
it
have
right.
that, bro.
Hey man, you just lost at the character select at that point. You know what I'm
To be
saying?
honest,
Like,
I don't know what to tell you. That's
Yikes.
unfortunate.
Yo, where's Joe at? I got something.
Hold on. You
I
got,
got y'all.
you got,
I tried to throw
I
hurricanes.
gotta wait till my Ken.
I think
They
you
about
gotta
to
wait
give
till the
Joe
end
a
of the year.
hurricane that just reached
Yeah,
his
that's-
triple
I think I'll wait
hurricane
till
just
next
reaching
year.
full screen at the top of the screen.
Yo,
just-
do it
just
like
knocking
CBS
everybody.
2. Do it like CBS 2 where it's just
Oh, like all around him.
Just
Yeah,
a pillar.
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah,
red.
yeah.
Red.
Can't even jump that shit. Look
You
at
don't-
his
just a
fucking-
red
can't even
wall.
jump it. It's a straight.
Remember I told
pillar.
you that Huey? It's just a red
It's
rectangle.
a-
Just
a
up.
whole wall. This man got a whole wall hurricane, and it's like,
Hey,
But
alright.
I like all jokes aside, and I'm not gonna lie, they low key. Andy looks cooler than Terry.
I mean, I try not to say
Man.
it. I try not to say it,
No,
but you said
no.
it for me. So
Because I remember, what was the event before Combo Breaker? The one we just watched. Was it Japan? Was it Brussels? Yeah. When they were showing like Andy stuff, I think it was Japan and Brussels also maybe. But like when they were showing like the stuff he was doing, and you saw clips on Twitter and stuff, and how he looked, which by the way, his hitting gear looks insane. I was seeing people on Twitter, I kid y'all not, fighting over Andy. I remember seeing a tweet. Someone was like, "Oh my god, Andy looks amazing," and someone quoted him and said, "Hands off, he is mine." And there was like a war of people fighting over Andy, and I'm just sitting here like, "We've done it.
it's crazy, right? When you
glow
consider
up.
how his
You had
glow
your
up
no
went
mind,
from-
no buy.
Yo,
Now you have no Andy, not for me. We've done it. You've done it."
14, he wasn't, boys was memeing him saying he looked like a Tekken 2 character. 15, like, he kind of alright.
He got hit. He was looking. Yeah, he got jacked at 15.
He hit the gym.
Yeah.
He's
Hair looking nice. This one, Final form, Andy.
My told him to get a haircut and everything.
I was
Yeah,
like,
no,
you ain't,
yeah.
nah,
He
you
got
ain't going
the-
outside looking like
he
that.
got the
You're not
young
gonna come in
Virgil.
this game with the same hair, bro.
Yeah.
He looks like young Virgil, like the swoop
Yeah.
with the short hair. His hairstyle is like young Virgil. You just slick it back.
I'm definitely making that a color for him. But-
Yeah, I guarantee it's gonna be a ton of people making colors like Virgil colors for him. Like you could literally do that with Andy and Terry. Just Terry is Dante, Andy is Virgil.
What is
Now
it?
they got the
Yeah.
hairstyles to match.
They really
What is
do.
it? Is it darker? It's not. Is it evil Andy or dark Andy with the purple Andy?
Oh yeah. What come up was that?
Yeah.
Real bout?
forgot
Was that
the
real
name of
bout too?
Real
Or
bout,
what?
yeah. It was
Yeah.
either robot or special.
Yeah.
It was one of them. And it's
Evil, yeah.
because just put the purple on. You know what I'm saying? Put the purple.
Hey,
Yo, that's a ninja character. That's a ninja character. Like yo, I was seeing that stuff he was doing. I'm like, oh, and then he got the slashes. He got like some slash EX stuff, and then when he hits the ground, he go.
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
EXDP.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah, EXDP. Yeah.
I think he could follow up after that too, right? He could do some
Oh,
like,
sir.
Yes.
All I'm gonna
He
say
followed
is,
after EX kicks too, because it does like a little flip at the end.
All I'm gonna say is, sure knew again we up. You know what I'm saying? You know.
sure knew your husband's up. Sure knew your wife, on the other hand.
Hey, look.
Her man and her son cooking.
Hey, fingers crossed that she gets some buffs. When he comes,
Yeah.
hopefully she gets some buffs.
Andy
Fingers
pulled up, like,
crossed.
look, I'm gonna hold you down. I got you.
Hey, I'm gonna
Yeah.
tell you straight.
Okay, I'm here now.
I'm
I
willing
got you
bet.
to the next patch. Don't worry. Hey,
I'm
worry, I got
willing to bet they gonna give her something small And then when Chun-Li come out, they gonna make mine real good. They gonna be all right. Look,
I'm
your actual rivals here. We can't have you looking kind of. We can't have you out here.
Kind of like you got look like you've been somewhere. All right, you know.
I'm hoping. Please, SNK, please.
Yeah,
Next.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna give him some burn. I feel like me personally, I like him a lot more than Hoko Tomorrow. Even though Hoko Tomorrow is definitely like a Kensu character by like trade because of Ninja, and I do like him. I've been trying to explore some things with him more so than not because it was easy for me to kind of like dismiss him because he did seem kind of like in a lot of ways he's a very quote unquote easy character if you understand fighting games to some degree. It doesn't really take that much to play, but the thing about him is you do have to be consistent at beating people. Like that's like the thing about him. You get all this ease of access of things, but your focus is to not truly get rushed down, to be honest. So you have to focus on beating your opponents. But I do think he does have I think guard cancel is probably like the one thing I want to explore with him. It just so happens that Andy happens to have DP break, so it's kind of, you know, I got Ninja with a DP and another fireball over here, and I don't know. When I compare the two, I see like more. The potential for Andy seems really, really, really high based on the kit. I think Hokutomaru does have a similar ceiling, but it's not offensive. I think it's mostly defensive. Because I think his offensive play is pretty straightforward. His Oki is probably the more tricky part about him. And I think like the absolute like where the barrier for him really like changes for like people who actually play him is how well you can use hyper defend and JD. And I have other theories on him too, but without getting too much into it, I think those are like priority of the like the layers for him, whereas like a lot of other characters are a little different. But yeah. Andy,
you're looking fire.
I ain't gonna lie.
You're looking real fire, man.
Unintended.
I tried.
Oh yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. I tried to like ignore him, and then I saw all these chipisms, and I'm like, all right. Okay, SNK.
You got me, SNK.
Literally calling to you.
Yeah, I mean, he technically speaking has chip sleeve, so you know, I get it.
I know what the juice scheme. We got him.
Yeah,
We got
but I would say though, overall, I think it's cool. We get to playtest Andy before he comes out. I think that's really nice. That does kind of help. Like, if you want my honest opinion, if they kind of keep that up with characters, that'll help them discern what to do with the characters before they drop.
Yeah.
Like if they keep letting them get played at like shows and stuff like that, or like events.
I mean, they be tweaking or changing a little bit. Yeah.
So they can get actual feedback. Like that's actually really neat. So I hope that they keep that up.
Yeah, it just sucks for people at home who's like just waiting and like everybody.
Yeah, it's like where the trailer at, yo? It's like because at that point, like, go ahead.
I mean,
like I think it's fine.
It's fine.
I think it's fine. Like early on, I was like, this is good that we see something of him or like just future DLC characters, but it definitely ruins, in my opinion. It kind of ruins like the trailer hype a little, just a tiny bit. I think it ruins the trailer hype a tiny bit because we're seeing most likely everything in the kit, like the move set and like what the character will have. And it's like, I think that's the whole point of the trailer is you seeing the small bits of the moves. And it's like, well, we just got everything out the gate, you know? But I think it's good that you let people play test these characters, get their feedback on it. You know, obviously I'm not memeing, you know, feedback forums, you know, get the feedback, see how the character feels, how they fare up from playtesting them, see where you can go with it, go again at the next event, you know. And I think that's really needed, not just for this game, but also for future fighting games too. I think that's a really good thing because it also keeps the hype for the character for people who are looking forward to it as well. So it's a win-win. It's a win-win and then a tiny bit of a lose because we don't have the trailer yet in the release date, but
yeah,
it's still mostly wins.
Yeah, I think a strategy they can do is like yeah, they could keep doing like the play tests at like different events and stuff, but put out the trailer first so people can get to see the character, and then
Yeah.
maybe like the release day is like probably like a couple of weeks to a month later. Like they still get the advantage of like retaining like the initial hype for the trailer while also getting the play tests and like the feedback on the character before they launch the character.
That might be what they do with Ken.
Yeah.
Because Ken is next after Andy, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So Evo, like Vegas,
August.
right? Yeah. So it's in August. So more than likely we'll get a Ken trailer maybe before, but either way, get a Ken trailer there, and then they say, and you know they do the trailer, and then they're like, and also for the folks here at Evo, he's available to play at the
Playtest,
demo
yeah.
build or playtest, and then then you get that. So
Yeah.
that might
You
be what
also
they
hype
do.
up. You can also hype up like what we've seen at Evo Japan and even at Combo Breaker, where they had like the different comic book panels, because you know Fatal Fury
Yeah.
to the Wolves is going for the comic book style, so they had like
Yep.
different panels of like characters and the different poses on like the wall, the border and stuff, and they had Andy there. Can is going to be there most likely for Evo. A new pose, his render and stuff to build up the hype
Yeah.
for it.
Yeah.
So, and I wouldn't be shocked if they did like Terry and Ken, like the stand silhouette side by side with a versus in the middle. It's like it's just
Yeah.
all promotion, all hype build up, you know. So it's
I feel like
yeah,
with
they're cooking.
with Andy, I think since they were so close to like finishing him, they're probably like, we'll just let people play him.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. But the other ideas you guys mentioned, I think they're really good. And since you mentioned marketing, I think this is going to be one of the last things I do want to talk about here. And I'm going to talk about the positive real quick, and then we'll get into the other part of it, which is socials.
Yeah. Please do.
The positives. It's all been great. There's no negatives. There's no net negative at all whatsoever. In fact, what was it? During Combo Breaker weekend, the Taiwanese, or no, she's from Thailand. They got a female rapper from Thailand to do Preacher's themes. That junk was
It was fire.
fire.
You see the recent one I added you in?
Oh yeah, that was a new one.
Yeah, the boy group.
Yeah,
SB19.
yeah.
SB19.
yeah, and that's the one with that was for T-Zoc, right?
Yeah.
Like SNK is seeking, like, I'm not gonna hold you. The DJ thing was dope. I thought that was tight. But now they're building a whole nother soundtrack with actual artists. Like,
It's crazy.
what? Like, if you guys haven't checked out the little mini music videos for these two characters so far, I suggest it. Because if I had to guess, they're gonna slowly roll these out and add them into the game. And quite frankly, yes, keep this up. I hope to see more of this.
Yeah.
Because they have been killing it with their marketing. And that's the majority of the positive I could say. Like, it's all been good. It's definitely been a very positive experience seeing people who have never played Fatal Fury or even played a fighting game for that matter, seeing all these advertisements, wondering about the game. I've seen some people come into my streams. I've seen some people come into YouTube comments talking, oh yeah, I've seen advertisements for this, or seeing people showing that they're advertising Fatal Fury in New York on buses. Like, that's that's fire, right? So like, they're
Wrestling events.
Yeah,
It's like
they're not shy of marketing here. Now, while there's the good, there is the bad, and I think this is gonna probably be the biggest part of it. And the bad isn't about the marketing in itself. The bad is how certain people on social media take it. And I do want to point out real quick that the things that happen and are said on social media are not reflective of how people feel in person. Let me make that clear. But I've been seeing a lot of all this games marketing. Oh, they spent too much money doing this and that. They're not who are they marketing it to. It's like, to be real, if you're questioning who are they marketing it to, it's clearly not your ass, because you're already playing fighting games. Yep. Their goal is to get the people who don't play fighting games.
Yeah.
What I'm gonna say is very loaded, so hear me out, and I'll pass the rock, because this part, I've been waiting for this part personally.
Yep.
Like, the marketing of the game is for new people. It isn't just people who are new to the Fatal Fury series, or just, it is across. They're trying to relive, like, I'm sorry, you guys, I'm gonna go balls to the wall here. This game and its IP, the Fatal Fury IP, was always the true rival to Street Fighter. That was the case in the 90s. It was Street Fighter 2, Fatal Fury 2, Fatal Fury Special, all of the freaking versions of Street Fighter 2, right? They got it right in just one extra version, just throwing it out there. Not a pot shot at Capcom. I just wanted to just take a little subtle jab. Point of the matter is, their marketing campaign for Fatal Fury 2 was even bigger than the marketing campaign for Street Fighter 2 in every way, shape, and form. They had Street Fighter 2 the movie. They had OVAs in 2 movies. They had mangas for Street Fighter 2. They had tons of mangas for Fatal Fury 2, even to the point to where, like, Joe, Andy, and Terry are fighting people from outer space. Like, don't ask me how. That's a thing, right? But that was a thing.
Mm-hmm.
You look at the marketing campaign for Street Fighter 6, large, all the stuff. You look at the marketing for Fatal Fury, it trumps it by a milestone. Like, it isn't to knock the marketing campaign of Street Fighter 6. It was great. It's phenomenal. They're both, and what I'm trying to point out here is both companies are trying to relive or it's a reimagining of the cultural phenomenon of fighting games from the 90s between these two IPs. They were literally at the forefront of the 90s arcade era. There's no debating it. It's how it was. Cry to your mama, do whatever you want, I don't give a shit. That's how it was in the 90s. The end, right?
Yep.
With that being said, right, they had Lil Wayne, they did Ganache, CR7, Old Girl from Thailand, a boy band group. Like, they took this, whatever was happening here with Street Fighter 6, they were like, we're gonna do this times 5.
And it's representative of what the character is like, placed at, a preacher Thailand, it's like Muay Thai and everything, so
Yeah.
So,
So they've invested in making sure that Fatal Fury is a cultural phenomenon. And I'm going to push this point even further, because what some of you who are watching this may not know, a lot of the players that went to Japan for Street Fighter 6 at Capcom Cup, one of the biggest things that was stated was the energy for this game in Japan is different than America. The fans really love the game. They know it has issues, but they love the game. They support the players who play the game. They support the culture. So the game is more than what, it's not just Street Fighter. It is the esport fighting game. It is a cultural phenomenon. Like, when they talk about Street Fighter 6 in Japan, it's not just, from my understanding, it's not just, oh, it's just a fighting game. You just, they don't treat it like, and I hate to say it like this, it's not like, I'm not taking a shot at Tekken, but Tekken doesn't get the same cadence, right? This game is on its way in Japan to doing the exact same thing. Yep. There's a lot of love for Fatal Fury in Japan and Asia as a whole. Asia just likes SNK games, period. It's just over here in the West, which Decep has said in several videos, that they have never marketed this hard to the West. And he's right.
Yeah.
That's been a problem. They've tried to do that several times over with from I'd say their true start, and that one that I still didn't make this video, but Sam Show was the true start to really pushing the NA feel, because the way they did the trailers, and also they had some of the most beats. Yeah, they were like looking at America heavy, 15 sort of, but could have been better, right? And then this game is just like, yo, what the hell? Like, the game is westernized beyond belief.
Yeah.
Beyond belief. This is like the most Western. Like, I've never seen a Japanese company go this far to westernize their fighting game.
Yeah, and I think it even goes beyond that. Now they're like, what their targets are in terms of like their like ad campaigns. They're targeting like a global audience. Like you could say, okay, maybe it's not working to the same degree, but they're slowly planting the seeds for this game, like all around the different markets, like tapping into Thailand, tapping into wherever the boy band is from. They're tapping into these markets with these mini like music campaigns and stuff like that. And like what people also don't realize is that the post-release like marketing campaign is different from the pre-release marketing campaign.
Yes.
Most post-release stuff that you're gonna see, like if you already bought the game, it's not marketed towards you. Like you will most likely will not be caring about these kinds of stuff, these kinds of things when it comes to like just like content about the game or whatever. At least it's targeted towards trying to continue the growth of the game, like in different areas, to people who wouldn't normally see the game. Oh, now they're seeing their favorite boy band. Oh, they did a song for this game. Oh, what is this game? Oh, like that's how you increase discovery in like different avenues. Like not just the fighting game community.
Yeah, and it's like it's like I was telling Swag and like everyone in here in this call is like, I don't know how many times, I'll just be honest, I don't know how many times myself, Swag, Kenso, Huey, Coded, we have to tell people this ain't for you. If you already got the game, if you're already into fighting games, you already know what SNK is about. This ain't for you. It's like this is for people who aren't really tapped into fighting games, but since their favorite group is promoting this game, this interesting, it catches them, or it's like, oh, this looks pretty cool. Fighting games look pretty cool. Maybe I should check this out. Like, it's for those people. It ain't for us. You know what I mean? Like, even though it's cool that they're doing all of this, it's not marketed towards us. It's marketed towards those people. And it's like, don't know how many times we gotta say this, man.
Yeah, I feel like some people are just greedy sometimes too, because it's like what we're seeing with this game, their cadence in like responding to like stuff that's like really egregious in the game that needs attention, like it's been pretty quick for the most part. Like now it's like it isn't really like anything that like needs to be like or that would require like a balance update or like a quality of life update. So it's like, okay, whatever the next big update we're getting is like most likely with Andy when he comes out. So it's like, I don't know, I think people just gotta like wait. Like if you're a person who has already bought the game, just continue to play the game and having fun, go into terms or whatever. You don't have to like always see these marketing campaigns and then make it to like, oh, where's so and so update? Why is this whatever? It's like that's not the place for that. Like you
in
can
an
wait
era of
bit.
people with short attention spans,
Yeah.
so it's
like
the game been out for like 2 weeks with a balance patch. It's like, hold on,
oh
wait a minute.
brother, you
Game
can
just
wait.
dropped. Can you play the game first? Can we?
Like if it's not
Yeah,
broken,
exactly.
like what are you complaining about?
We definitely reached a point of time where people's attention
Been a
span
month with
went
that.
to our all-time
The
low
next thing
now.
at, that's what's going on.
Yeah.
So just calm down.
And it's like, this is not to say that you can't complain about stuff in the game, but it's like,
Yeah.
Give
like,
it some time.
Enough with the nitpicking. Like now, it's like before the game nitpicking, yeah, whatever. Good, but that's because you didn't have the game in your hands already. But now that you have the game in your hands, yeah, just play the game.
I was about to get so mad. Just play the game, enjoy the freaking game, bro.
Just play
Like,
the game, man.
I mean, like, and I mean, and that's the other thing too. Like, just to keep pushing, like, the agenda is just getting through different markets. And again, you guys on my YouTube, you guys know this. If you don't, now, I was a marketing lead for quite some time, and I can tell you right now, SNK's done their market research. Trust. What like, I should do this case study, right? But simply put, on the surface level, without doing any major research, just off the top of my head, just spitballing it, their marketing campaign is the equivalent to that of Riot, damn near. Like, and if you,
I would agree.
and the one game that Riot's marketed beyond belief is actually Valorant. You would most would say, oh, it's League of Legends. No.
Yeah. Now that I'm not gonna hold you. Valorant's marketing is like almost identical to Fatal Fury marketing. Like they heavy go on like kind of like the cinematics and like specifically every character they drop, they have like a specific artist with a theme that's from wherever the character is from, and it's like they're doing the same thing with Fatal Fury.
Same thing. So it's like when you start to really and truly think about it, they're mirroring damn near Riot's marketing campaigns. And for what it's worth, it's working. Some would argue, oh, Fatal Fury didn't sell well. Okay. My argument to those people is that if you believe that, right? If you believe the game was a failure, you'd be wrong. I'm not saying that because I'm a fan. I'm not saying that because, quote unquote, whatever the sales number said or Steam chart or some nonsensical thing like that. No. The game is a success. And I don't want to say, oh, it's a success. It's all right. It's because you have to understand, it's an IP. Like, they have successfully taken two IPs, Samurai Showdown and Fatal Fury. They've taken these two IPs and they've put them back into the forefront so people are aware of these titles again. Samsho went through the same thing. The difference is the ambition for Samsho, while it was there, it's not on the same scale. Like, what's interesting is that game's marketing campaign was scale. It was based on its scalability with each character that was released. Fatal Fury, the scalability is through the roof at this point. Like, the post, as Kiwi said, the post marketing campaigns is where the scalability is now.
Yeah.
Like, the main launch campaign is done. Mm-hmm. It's in the hands of the people. They know what's going on. Now, if you were to argue, oh, well, it didn't sell as good as Tekken 8 or Street Fighter 6. Yeah, IPs that have been in people's faces damn near every year.
Each year, each is 5 years of new game. It's like, bro, we just got another Fatal Fury within 25, 26 years.
Their goal with this game is not to like just come out and be a blockbuster hit or anything. They, for lack of better term, they're literally starting from zero with this game. And like that's why you see them taking these kind of like big swings, or like using like Ronaldo, using like music influencers like Ganache and the rest of them to kind of like build a base, build like a strong base where they're starting from. And like now you're seeing they're just doing like the music rollouts and like going to like these different regions and advertising the game. They're advertising the game at like fighting events, like not fighting, like sporting events, like a wrestling, and like soon you're probably gonna see it at like maybe like baseball events or what have you. Just like whatever market SNK thinks they can tap into, they're probably going to tap into. You're probably going to see a lot more different like useless marketing campaigns and like different avenues.
Yeah, and they're not, for those that think it's useless because, oh, well, it's at I'm in Houston, right? Oh, it's in the Astros game. Who cares about the Astros? And that's not the point. It's the fact that SNK made a deal with MLB. That's it. Like, imagine, I mean, Fatal Fury, what was it? No, the Fatal Fury team theme in 2002 sounds like a song you hear at the baseball game. In fact, it's based off of that. Yeah. So imagine you're just waiting at the innings, and then like that song comes on. Like, wait a minute, that's from Fatal. Yeah. That's from King of Fighters. Wait, but that's from the Fatal Fury team. Oh, Fatal Fury City of the Wolves. I wonder what that's it. Oh, wait, hold on. That's a fighting game, ain't it? Like,
Yeah.
Is
the discoverability is more than it's bigger than the FGC. Like, you have to
it's
understand
that,
it's bigger.
and it's that, and it's brand recognition.
Yeah.
Like just like simply putting out the logo in places where people where it will get the most traffic is like an effective marketing campaign that has been proven time and time again by a lot of different companies.
100%.
it's like I know a lot of people are like gonna probably be in the comments, oh, they all just glazing SNK. I mean, we're all huge SNK fans, but like we're taking that out when we're saying it's like it's nothing but a straight fact. Like we look at wrestling events, right? WrestleMania, I think New Japan, where they had the I forgot his name, but
Kenny
the
Omega.
Rock, Terry Cost. No, it wasn't. It wasn't Kenny. But
I know what you're talking about.
Swag, who was the Terry, the wrestler? I forgot his name.
Oh, Tanahashi.
Thank you. Had him
Hiro-
cosplay
Hiro
as Terry.
Tanahashi. Yeah.
It's like people are interested into this game. Having a custom trailer alone at WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys saw the videos of like coming from Justin Wong or like other people who went to WrestleMania and like recorded on their phone, people in that arena was cheering for the game because it looked hype. It was interesting. Like, it's working. It's like I really don't know what else to tell y'all. It's like it's working. Their marketing campaign is working. It gets people interested. It's like it ain't for you. It's for other people.
I think a lot of people have this misconception that there is a right way to do like advertising. Like no, there's just one that works and one that doesn't.
Oh, that's for
like,
sure.
And you don't know until it's done.
Yeah.
Like you don't know what marketing campaign will be the most effective until you do it.
Yeah.
And for what it's worth, again, Fatal Fury and SNK, I gotta be real. They're breaking barriers. It's like, for what was it? I keep saying the Nerds Clothing, but what it's not them. The dudes that did the Street Fighter soundtrack, they only put so many of those in Street Fighter. Only so many of the songs are in Street Fighter. There could be a licensing issue for that, so let me not take anything away from that, right? But like, even when they dropped that, it was cool. And don't get me wrong, those songs were fire. I appreciated those. But like, it's good to see SNK can do something similar and keep up and do it in their own way.
Yeah, and like literally hire DJs to make songs specifically for their game to avoid like the licensing and copyright stuff.
Yeah, which is that was a smart move.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm sure there's going to be some royalties, probably for the artists from Thailand and the boy band and whatnot. But I mean, you also think at it from a streaming standpoint and content standpoint that like that also, if they're able to, and I'm sure that they will at some point, I'm sure that it's probably like worked out, right? Licensing the music so that you can play it on stream and not get hit.
Yeah,
that's pretty huge, all things considered, you know. And I understand maybe there's something that's small, but like if you're a streamer or a content creator, you know, we had games during like the pandemic, like what was it, Spider-Man 2, where you couldn't play the game on stream because people were getting randomly hit because of audio. People were getting hit with sound effects. It was so dumb. But you know, just there's any amount of reasons why you could get hit for copyright issues in terms of audio. Really sucks. So maybe for the next within the foreseeable future, which I'm not gonna lie, old girl, she killed it with the freaking song for Preacher, but like using that for montages, copyright free, like that's more stuff that's huge. Like these are steps that are great for content creation. They're great for streaming. It's like there's so many little like plus signs. It's just, if you look at it in a nutshell, or if you put it all in a vacuum, you're like, oh man, they're it's not working. They're not making sales. That's sales.
Yeah.
Isn't
You know what?
the bottom line.
You know,
the sub.
He got words. Take
your time. Take your time.
so I was planning on, I was bouncing around the idea of making a video, right? Because shout out to Ghost, you know, Ghost from Third Strike. He was telling us, you know, don't really don't be bothered with people saying whatever they're gonna say, just nitpicking like we said, just being annoying for the sake of annoying, trying to, And I was like, all right, you're right. And I made some tweets, whatever, just having general discussions with people, and on Discord and one of the Fatal Free servers, somebody DM me and they were just asking, they generally were just asking like, it's like, what's up with the whole sales thing? Because they just wanted to know what was the whole situation, what was going on. And I just explained to them, I was like, well, the discussion you see on Twitter and stuff about sales, I said basically people are taking one metric from one country on one platform for one type of thing, and then extrapolating that to, and I can use big words, to like everything for the sales of one game. And he was like, why? I was like, because people. So if anyone watching don't understand what I mean, there's at the moment only one record of reporting of sales for Japan, physical sales on the PS4, PS5. And then people are taking that and going, game flop because it sold. Because I have the numbers right here. Shout out to AT Real Sakazaki on Twitter. He posted it. Right? PS5 6,302. PS4 2,599. And so people are saying, oh, the numbers are bad because it's sold less than Kill 14, Sam Shaw, this, that, and third. Taking over just the issue in itself of you just taking this one metric for a country that don't represent the whole entire playing population and using that as trying to say the game failed is already an issue in itself that needs tackling on its own. But then, as Kensou and everyone else mentioned, this is for an IP, and I've said this, when this IP was popping, Friends was still airing new episodes. Bill Clinton was president. Michael Jordan was still playing. What are we talking about? Michael Jordan was still playing. I think Dragon Ball Z just ended. Actually, I think GT was going on at the time. What are we talking about, right? So, but I remember Ghost was like, "Yo, don't let it bother." I was like, "All right." So I explained to dude, and he was asking questions genuinely. He was like, "Oh, those numbers don't seem that hot." I was like, "Yeah, but in the context of this, that, and the third, these are the things of what happened, why it is what it is." And I said to him, I was like, "The main crux that I have is that people, for some odd reason, I'll never understand this, was thinking, oh, Street Fighter 6, Tekken 8, MK numbers." I said, no, that doesn't make sense. That you're not understanding the circumstance of this franchise and what it's meant to be. Would they have wanted to sell crazy? Any company selling you anything will want their product to go crazy. But I guarantee you, realistically, they were like, we have a threshold that it just needs to cross.
Yeah, different companies have different metrics for success.
Yeah. SNK metric is going to be different from our metrics. Whether you're a fan or not a fan, right? Their metric is going to be different from ours. They have a metric where it's like, okay, we crossed this threshold, cool, that's the green light for us to do other things. And if it didn't cross the metric, I promise you it's not going to stop the other stuff they're planning on doing, but it's definitely going to make them just reevaluate, okay, how do we go about it? How do we change things? What do we need to adjust? Yada, 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 right? And I was thinking about making a video. I still might, because the thing I've been seeing, you can leave your comments. I don't give a shit. The wrong people. Let me not say. No, I'm gonna say it. There's not enough people in the community making the videos or talking about it or having these discussions. It's the wrong kind of people who are having these discussions that generally just don't care about the franchise. They didn't care about it before the release or didn't care about it before the announcement. They couldn't tell you who was in Fatal Fury, right? Which to some people gonna be like, oh, you've been elitist, you're gatekeeping. Yes.
It's a lot of bad faith.
I mean, it's true.
Yes.
Having
I'm
these people know
gatekeeping
who
it.
Rock Howard
Gatekeeping
is.
ain't always bad, bro.
Yeah, gatekeeping always bad. So it's like when you have the wrong people having these discussions, there's gonna be a bias, a narrative pushed. Either way, whether it's us doing it or them, of course we're gonna have our innate somewhat bias to it, but at least you will see both ends of a discussion rather just negative, right? And then let's say I humor you, right? For anyone watching this, and you'd say, well, what about the 6,000 numbers, right? And I go, okay, cool. And I say, well, obviously we're getting the numbers from the Famitsu article, right? And you'll say, yeah. So I'm gonna be like, so everything in this article you hold true, right? And you're gonna say, yeah. I'm saying, so why does it say Texano's Japan in 10th place is the latest in the popular fighting game series, Seattle Wolves, which is a popular fighting game series, and all of them have recorded strong sales. That was your source. Your source
that you read.
Your source that says that.
That you
strong
read.
sales. That reported strong sales. Your source, by the way. And it was gold, right? But it's doing bad, but it's doing good. It's a flop, but it's strong. Do you see the issue I have where we pick and choose how we want to do this dance? We can do this dance, but if you want to play the numbers game, cool. We can play the numbers game, but you gotta be realistic. You gotta stop being so beholden to. But the Steam numbers, it's like, bro,
Nobody gives a damn.
Like, do you play the
Nobody
game?
cares.
I don't care about what so-and-so said. I don't care what so-and-so said in their video or their streams. Because I made the tweet. I said this. I said, look, mark my words. When the dust settles, a year from now, them same people that act like they care so much, I want you to see if they still playing the game or still talking about it because they were so cared so much.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be real honest with you. I believe half of those people that right now that has a problem with the Steam numbers, majority of them probably don't even play the game or don't even have the game. I'm gonna be honest.
Hey,
It sounds rude, but I truly believe that.
I'm willing to bet money that these people do not.
They didn't even bother to look at it.
The game.
It's like
It in the marketing, like the game is out, bro. If you bought the game, if you was gonna buy the game, you bought the game. This is not
Any marketing that's happening now is not towards you.
like, because
not.
I read the comments, and some kind of be like, "Oh, they need to focus on the game," and I just want to reply sometimes, be like,
The game is out. You
Like,
focus on the game.
The game is out, and it's
And to
like
be honest, they are focusing on the game. Just
What do you
they
want?
doing what they need to
Push-
do.
they're
You
pushing the
do what
game
you gotta
further.
do. Just play the game. That's it.
like
Play the game.
play the damn
On the
game.
game.
Shut up.
Like,
"Let me focus."
It's
Which
like,
one?
what do you want them to do?
It's like it's
Focus
like
on the game.
regardless- It's like it just feels like whatever SNK like does at this point or do,
Saying shit, man.
people are just gonna have a problem with it regardless. And it's like we can sit here all day and say the marketing campaign, what they're doing past the game's release, bringing the rapper for Preacher because they're from Thailand. Having Idol, a famous Japanese artist, one of my favorites, doing a music video for the game that had everyone over there hype in Japan. Like, you can't say it ain't working. It's actually working. The board group that got announced yesterday, because it's a new day today. Yesterday, fans going crazy.
There's
that knows the group.
positive comments on that.
It's like
on that post.
it's it's working.
I want to make a point too, real quick, because I know somebody gonna be like, "Oh, he just being a fan, he's standing." You know how many arguments I got into folks about KOF 15? Before this game even was greenlit and all that, I think this was right when the announcement was, and then I remember there was the whole tweet and discussion like, "Yo, why don't people play SNK games or whatever?" Right? I always hated that question because I'm like, we know why. Like, I've always been critical of SNK when they used to tweet out "Happy Birthday" to so and so. I'm like, nobody gives a damn. Y'all need to market to the West. We don't care about XY character that we ain't seen in 30 years. I don't care about their birthday. I got into arguments with that. I said they need to focus on the West. People said, why they need to focus on the West? The West ain't the end all be all. I said, well, we make up a majority of the sales. So I think we do make up the end all be all. I ain't saying they got a full blown, say it to hell with Asia. They ain't never do that. But I'm like, we buy the games too. Like, this is our market, right? I said localization. They need to make games in different dubs. People fussed at me about that. The moment they showed the trailer and I heard them speak English, that's all I kept saying.
It was up.
My reaction. I just said they speak English because that matters to people. It matters when you have a game where you can connect and they speak the same language as you. People act like that don't matter. It do matter.
It does.
Like that. What else? I argue with people about there's a laundry list of things that they need to change for their next games to be successful. And people's like, oh, what laundry list? I'm like, better training mode, better graphics, on that
frame
stuff,
data, not
frame
just plus
data,
minus
better
equals
lobbies.
9.
Yeah, better lobbies. I'm like, what is like this move is negative? How negative? Double negative. The fuck?
Like,
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, like people, like I've had people on Reddit tell me that I want to kill SNK and KOF series because I said they should go on hiatus for a little while. So if you're watching and you think, oh, I'm just being a fanboy, I promise you, I'm not. I've got it on both ends. I know what I'm talking about. What they're doing, it's the game is out. Everything is done. So as far as like the initial push, like up to the release, so now the game is here. Your job is to play the game, and if you have valid complaints, then make it known. Go through the right channels. They've been very open about, hey, if you have any inquiries or complaints or whatever, here's how you do it. Boom, boom, boom. Do that. Not going under their replies of some promotional thing and be like, focus on the game, Keck WE2. Like, you look like a goofy, you damn bot. Go actually play the game. Y'all make me sick. And I hate having to pretend like I like y'all. It's annoying, bro.
I like it.
It's like
It's annoying, bro.
it's like all of us we've been fighting the people that are just sprouting dumb, I'm just being honest, dumb shit surrounding the game. Either it's on Twitter, our comment section on our videos, polls, whatever. Like I had a recent comment about someone saying like, you're asking us what we like about the game, ask us what we really fully don't like about anything. And I'm like, well, if I did, y'all just gonna make it into like a whole negative, thing about the game. I'm not trying to push no negative shit on my channel, bro.
Like a valid
enough as it is.
A valid complaint that I've been trying to help push and stuff is when people bring up regional pricing. That's a valid complaint.
Yeah, that's a valid complaint.
That's valid.
It's way valid.
But I see the complaints, but it's never from the people that just be going off about the other stuff. I'm like, yo, this is a valid complaint here. Like the regional pricing stuff, all the other stuff is done. Like
it's done. It's set in stone.
It's set in stone. We can't do nothing about that. But the regional pricing, that's something that's like, okay, that needs attention. Make a push for that. Complain about that. There are certain things that do deserve attention, complaints, criticism, and whatnot. I will be hyper detailed with this game as far as criticisms, just like I was with 15 and every other SNK game I played.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
So like
we want SNK to thrive. We want SNK to grow. Like we're all fans of SNK in here. We want it to grow and do better. Like
yeah, man.
It's like we don't. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I get it though. For anyone watching, we get it because you have extreme sides on both ends. Just like the person that messaged me on Discord and we was talking, he was saying like he felt like he couldn't really talk about it because one side was like, if you say anything negative, he felt like, or just question something, they'll dogpile him. And then on the other side, though, he said if he asked him about it and just was inquiring about it, they would just be hyper negative and like, game trash, it flopped, da da da. And he was like, I don't know, he just felt like he couldn't even talk about it. And I said, I feel you. Yeah. So like,
there was
extremes.
Like there was just like, and I'll just be blatantly honest. Like before even the game released and the whole like, not trying to bring this up, but it's like the whole Salvador and like Ronaldo situation happened before the game released, like a couple of weeks before. There was a point in time like I even talk about it with Swag and ShinKensou a lot, where there was a time where I felt kind of nervous to do content on something that I love anymore because how negative it was towards this game, and how people are just shitting on everything, and I think people need to stop doing that. Like obviously spread your concerns, but like just trying to find anything to nitpick about the game and just shit on it. It's like, bro, like we've been through it with damn near every fucking KOF, anything SNK related, and then y'all are doing this 10 times more because they're trying their best to push this game to the forefront or trying to get it, out there. Because I'm gonna be real with you, most people here and they don't know anything about Rock Howard. Let's just be honest. Like if you're an old head or if you're into SNK like we are, you know who Rock Howard is. But if you don't know anything about SNK, you don't know anything about Rock Howard. You don't know nothing about B Jeanette. Let's just be honest here. You don't know anything about Duck King. So it's like they're trying their best to push the game, and it's like y'all just shitting on them for doing that. And it's like, take that shit somewhere else, bro.
Yeah.
My homies, they were hyped. We watch WWE, we watch AEW, we watch all these wrestling events and everything in between. They watch, some of them watch soccer and all this other stuff. Hey, fuck what y'all talking about. They was hyped. They was hyped for that.
It's like
I got a homie who don't even like. He don't be on the internet like that. He don't like keep up with a whole bunch of stuff that be going on. He messaged me earlier today. He's like, "Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, something about Street Fighter 6 and KOF calling to me." I'm like, "KOF? Talking about Fatal Fury?" He's like, "Yeah, that one." I'm like, "Hey, man, go crazy." Because I don't talk with him about like fighting games and stuff like that. But the fact that he knows about it, even though he is like KOF, the fact he knows what it is. Like he knows the branding. Like he knows something about it. It's like he's interested in it. Like whatever they're doing is working.
Yeah. The reality of it is, we in the FGC are a small, minute microcosm of people that play these games. Like the majority of people that play these games, like they don't even know. They're not even aware of the fighting game community. Like I can speak from my own experience. I wasn't really aware of like the fighting game community until like maybe like 2016, 2017. But like all my life, I've been playing fighting games. I've been playing stuff like Tekken, like King of Fighters, Street Fighter, all of that stuff. But it's like the complaints that happen in the fighting community on these stuff is like it's not the same kind of things that people outside of the community care about. Like they don't know the context of Ganache and Ronaldo being in the game. They're just looking at the character, at the branding of the game, and it's like they don't have any context to like what characters are important to Fatal Fury. They're just looking at the game for what it is, just from like a visual aspect. And like, you know, as we were talking, I was like scrolling through Reddit, you know, terrible idea, and I was looking at people. I saw like one specific comment that said, would the reception of the game be that much different if Ronaldo and Ganache were in the base roster and in their place it was like, you know, two like returning characters? It's like no, not really. Or like you couldn't really tell what effect that would have on the game, because to the general audience, they don't have any attachment to these characters.
Nope.
And it's like what SNK is trying to do now is to improve they're trying to improve their brand recognition for the Fatal Fury franchise. It's like it has to start from somewhere.
It's like I said again, like what you would say, like they took out Ganache and Ronaldo and put, you know, like Jae-hoon or Freeman or whoever, like people who aren't tapping into SNK like that, they don't know who those characters are. You know, the crazy thing about it, and it still goes on today, you know, since Terry's in Smash, you know, Terry Mai's in Street Fighter 6. A lot of people think those characters are from Street Fighter and just Smash. They're like they don't know anything about Fatal Fury. Do you know how many times I've heard Mai from Street Fighter 6 or Mai, the Capcom character?
I mean,
they don't know
technically
anything.
They were Capcom characters.
Yeah, it's just
but,
you know what I'm trying to say. It's like it's like do you know these people don't know that these characters are from Fatal Fury?
And
Mai from KOF?
And
like
even the SNK community within the fighting game community is like probably one of like the smallest communities compared to like the other larger like compared to like Tekken and Street Fighter. So it's like the amount of people who actually care about this stuff is really low compared to the scope that they're trying to to get at or achieve.
And then even within that, everyone that's an SNK fan is not a Fatal Fury fan, or is not a KOF fan, or is not a everyone that plays
Art of Fighting
SNK and stuff. Everyone that's SNK fan is not those like. There's a bunch of other games out that SNK has. You might run into somebody that just only like Last Blade, or they only like fucking Savage Rain, or ShinKensou, or Fatal Fury, or KOF. So when people say like, "Wow, the KOF boys didn't really buy Fatal Fury," why would they?
Like KOF.
They just like KOF. Like let them chill, let them rock.
As you say that,
the Marvel boys didn't buy Street Fighter 6.
Gee, I wonder why. It's like, it's kind of like, yo, I love Capcom. So why don't you buy Street Fighter 6? Well, I don't play fighting games.
Yeah, why?
So why don't you buy Monster Hunter? I don't like Monster Hunter. So what did you buy? Devil May Cry? What do you know? There's
Resident
fans of different
Evil,
games.
You know, like
What a coincidence. Damn. I'd have never. Man, I thought SNK till I died. Bro, I'm going to tell you right now. I'm an SNK fanboy front to back. All right. I barely play Metal Slug. I don't. And I repeat, I don't like art of fighting. I do not like art of fighting at all. My favorite SNK fighting games, right? Fatal Fury, Samsho, KOF. Shout outs to World Heroes. I'll never get it back. Savage Reign. I like almost every other fighting game. Almost. Except for art of fighting. I cannot. Look, Robert, cool character. Ryo, cool character. Takuma, cool character. Yuri, cool character. The art of fighting roster, though? Hell no.
Yeah.
Them characters are freaking corny. And I love SNK, all right? Shout outs to Kasumi Toto because they did Toto right with her. Other than that, I loathe. And the only art of fighting game
Shout
to
out
me
to
that's
the Last
even,
Blade boys out there.
don't get me started on that. That's my shit. I don't.
Look at the Last Blade.
I don't even like. Oh my god, yo! If I'm to play an art of fighting game, it's just art of fighting 2. It was a time I sat Decep and Edo down and like, let's take a look at art of fighting 3, and man, both the dudes were like, "What is this?"
How did the game look like this? I'm like,
Yeah.
it was like y'all did too much. You animated too much.
What were y'all doing? Y'all was
bored?
too much. What are y'all doing?
Man,
Right.
bored? I just did it because you could.
Yeah, like, and don't get me wrong. I love a lot of their games. Trust me, I do. Like, I just listen. A big reason why you guys learn this about me right now. A big reason why I have so much love for this game and just this IP in general. It's the equivalent to Guilty Gear, but the difference is the very first quarter that went into an arcade cabinet that was a fighting game for me was this series. Therefore, my attachment to it means the world, right? CVS, I played Terry Bogard, I played Rock Howard every time. Geese, all those Fatal Fury characters, I love those characters. They're just cool to me. And they've introduced so many cool characters. People love Yamazaki. Yamazaki from KOF? No. Yamazaki from Fatal Fury 3. Thank you very much. A lot of the cool characters in KOF actually come from Fatal Fury. In fact...
Blue Mary from KOF?
Blue Mary.
Oh.
In fact...
Blue Mary. Fatal Fury 3.
In fact, just to push the agenda of Fatal Fury, the new pro tag of Fatal Fury, the new pro tag of KOF, was taught by Tung Fu Ru, who taught Terry Bogard.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like,
Yeah, who's from KOF? Yeah.
Yes, he was definitely from KOF.
No, my bad. Smash.
Yes.
Buff Pokemon.
Street Fighter.
They called him
So-
Buff Pokemon Trainer.
So it's like, you have to understand that even though we are fans of the company, we don't like every single game.
That would be like it's like if they made a remake of Twinkle Sprites, which was at Combo Breaker this weekend. Like they had a whole tournament for that. I never care for those type of games. Shmups, I think that's the category, like the term for them.
Yeah, sure must.
I don't care for them. I never really played them much, but there's a fan base for that. If SNK released a new Shmups game of Twinkle Sprites, whatever, like a remake or reboot, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna go break my neck trying to put in my credit card to go buy that. But I could tell you there's a community of people that's gonna be hyped for that. Or if they did like a new Athena game, will I try it out? Yeah, probably. But will there be people that just be like, I really don't care about Athena like that? Yeah, sure. Same with the Samsho action RPG. There's people that are hardcore just Samsho fans. They just like the IP overall. There's other people that just only like the fighting game itself. They may not want to try this action RPG. That's the thing. As Huey mentioned earlier, they're starting from zero. Like, I ain't gonna rant on this too much. Before this game came out, Rufamonger did an interview with Oda. I think it was like during Summer Games Fest, and he talked to him about
It was.
Fatal Fury. Thank you. Okay, so I was right. Okay, he talked to him about Fatal Fury, right? And he was asking him, right, about Fatal Fury, yeah. And the conversation came up about KOF 16. right? Because we know they're gonna do it. It's gonna be a while, but they're gonna do it. Yeah. And Oda said, yeah, there's obvious, they plan on doing it, whatever, but they're focusing on the building blocks, the games that made KOF possible in the first place, like the things that are the foundation. He said Art of Fighting, Fatal Fury, Samurai Showdown, right? Those 3 games is what helped build that in the foundation of SNK, like fighting games. It was those 3, and then it exploded from there. So they're in the process of like rebuilding. Like he said, they're starting from ground zero. Fatal, like y'all don't like. I'm putting on my tinfoil hat again. Y'all don't find it strange or insane or even a little bit coincidental when they said, "Oh yeah, we got a new Fatal Fury game." Oh okay, and then all of a sudden, "Oh yeah, we're working on Sam Show Action RPG." Okay, and we're working on Art of Fighting. Okay,
just coming out the blue with it. By the way, just coming out the blue with it.
These are all...
we're putting Street Fighter characters in one of our flagship games.
It's leading. They're rebuilding up the brand. Like the whole talks of want to be a top 10 gaming company, which ambitious. Okay, I fuck with it. Okay, go. It's doable. All right, but and again, I will say this every chance I get. Eureka and SNK are working together, and none of y'all talk about this. Yeah. They are bringing back their non-fighting games. Yep. They're trying to build up a whole library of stuff that's just beyond KOF, so SNK is no longer the KOF machine.
Yeah, they've definitely just been a KOF machine.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if you guys start to hear about them working on new Metal Slug.
And it's like
they did.
Recent Metal Slug just came out. Yeah,
last
year.
The tactical game.
Oh yeah, you're right.
So even in regards to that, I remember I reacted to those documentary type of behind the scenes production videos they did, just talking about how they went into making it and stuff. And I've had people in my comments asking like, bro, we want another Metal Slug, like traditional Metal Slug, but like new. And I told them, I was like, the good thing about this, like I know it may be disappointing to see this instead of what you may want. The good thing is that this lets you know that they're still looking at the IP. Because some companies, Capcom, got IPs, Vampire Savior, Project Justice, that they don't look at.
Yeah, it's like because
at least they're getting at least y'all are getting a game with this, and if they see that it's value in it, they'll make other stuff with it. You feel me? Like they'll see there's value in it.
For the longest time, all they've ever pumped out was KOF and Metal Slug. To be real with you,
it was just those two.
It's just those two IPs. That like there was nothing else.
Like everything goes back to like, at least to me, my opinion, but everything just goes back to Sam Show 2019 because it's like, whoa, like Sam Show's back. You know what I'm saying? It's like that means something, and it's like fast 4 years later. Yeah, we went through KOF 15, but look where we at. We got Fatal Fury back, and like on top of that, they already came out. Like so I said, Art of Fighting is coming out, or they're working on it. The RPG for Sam Show, and me and Swag talked about it a lot in our videos where they're building these games up for the future, not only for KOF 16, but for the future of the company itself. So it's like they're pushing it more, like they're trying their best to just go more ham. And on top of that, they even said in many interviews, and you don't really hear that much from companies and developers, but they said in many interviews where they're like, yeah, we're working with Akira or like Capcom again to do this, and if you guys want more of this, keep supporting. We're always down for collaborations. Like you don't hear companies say that, and it's like the fact that SNK is coming out and say we're down to do more.
They had biking and stuff.
The funny thing is about that. If Capcom didn't see value in the collaboration, they would not do it.
Nope.
They're not. This is how companies operate. Like. They don't always do stuff just for the love of it. They have to be getting something out of it.
They had a Guilty Gear character in their game. In the non anime fighting game, like in probably the least anime-ish game you could be where there's ain't no air dashing or nothing. We on the ground with it. Sam Show, and they had biking.
Of all characters.
You had
also well in the bed. She gonna be back. In another one, she gonna be in that RPG.
Sam Show. That's right, and Sam Show did have multiple guest characters. They had Warden. Yeah. They had old girl from that mobile game.
Yeah, I think it was like a Korean mobile game or
Yeah, it was a
something.
mobile
The
game.
bunny girl. Yeah.
Mhm.
Big ups to Hibiki. The only good
Yeah,
Hibiki
Hibiki.
bunny games. You feel me?
Like they just like at the end of the day,
You know,
it's
we don't talk about Dan. We don't talk about Dan.
it's just
Yeah.
we as a community, rather as a growing community, you have to let them cook. I understand maybe the numbers from Capcom and Bandai Namco, you know, the razzle dazzle there is really nice, and don't get me wrong, it's great. But for their first foray to bring back it is their main title. Like,
Yep.
people need to understand Fatal Fury is their first title. It wasn't King of Fighters, but it is King of Fighters because, again, I'm gonna remind you guys that don't know this. If you notice, when King of Fighters started, it was 94. You know where 91, 92, and 93 are? They're called Fatal Fury 1, Fatal Fury 2, Fatal Fury 3, then King of Fighters.
Got old and sets.
Because the very first name of the game is Fatal Fury, the King of Fighters. So, with that being said, we just gotta let them cook. It's on its way. It's gonna be, from a casual standpoint, it's gonna be good. From a competitive standpoint, it's gonna be good. From a content perspective, it's great. To be real with you guys, like, especially you guys on my channel who've watched a lot of my stuff, I only did so much for KOF 15, as much as I love that game. And I even unfortunately went as far as to not play it as much as I enjoyed it. And I understand, I normally preach play what you enjoy, but it was very difficult to enjoy that game due to online complications. Fatal Fury doesn't really have that problem, and I see more people enjoying this title, especially with it being the 1v1 aspect, amongst many other reasons. Like, there's a lot more going on here, and it makes me extremely happy to know that I can just turn this game on and just go get games. You know, like, it is a big reason. Go ahead.
I also want to add on to that as well, where it's like, you know, a company is really trying, where they're giving feedback forms to the community left and right, not just once every like 6 months or like a year. No, it's feedback forms almost every week or two, and it's like, please, like, express how you feel about our game. What do we need to improve on? Please let us know. And it's like, you don't see, besides like Capcom, right? Capcom and Arc Sys to an extent with Strive, or Guilty Gear Strive. You don't see that happening a lot with Bandai Namco or Tekken. Like, you don't see that happen with a lot of, you know, fighting game developers or companies like that, you know. And it's like, they're trying their best to, you know, please both sides, you know, and like trying to hear people out. So it's like, you got, like, all of us saying, you gotta let them cook.
Yeah, I feel like the community as a whole can afford to be just a little bit more positive. Like, no one's asking you to just glaze everything blindly and just accept everything that companies give you. Just be a little bit more. Just be a little bit more open. Like, you don't have to get mad at everything. Like, not everything is like the company's out to get you or anything like that. It's like, just chill out.
I can understand, like, not like, for instance, not like in the IRL characters and thing. Okay, cool.
Okay, sure.
I'm not really a fan of that, you know, personally either. Cool. Like that or whatever. Just be like, hey, next time let's not do this again. It's like, all right, cool. Like, make that known. Cool. Way to go about it.
But to sit there and shit on people who actually like it, it's like,
yeah, like, I'm not gonna dog on nobody that like it. It's like, okay, cool.
Like, come on, bro. Like, we all want Duck King back. We all want Blue Mary Yamazaki back.
And it's like, they're
Rick,
gonna come.
They're gonna come eventually, man. Like, I'm pretty sure. So it's like,
I'm just being patient.
and even SNK went out their way and they were like, we're gonna try our best to bring back almost every legacy character that we all know and love.
They're on record saying that.
They know that we want these characters back.
Yeah.
So it's like,
and I think that's just what it is. It's like, people are acting as if like SNK is tone deaf. Like, I can understand maybe in the past we've had our dealings with other companies but like they're turning a new leaf. And I guess I want to address this too, because I think a lot of people are looking at the issue with I guess Buddy quote unquote stepping down. You don't know who's going in his place. That could very well just be Oda. Maybe that was part of the the thing, right? Like Oda left Capcom. Yes, Oda left Capcom to go back to SNK to bring this title to fruition. Maybe Oda has earned his keep through all these projects that he's done, and he's taking his place now. Because SNK's gone through several points of leadership. Like they've gone through a lot. Go look at their history, man. Like they went from the original owner to a Korean owner to the original owner's daughter running SNK Playmore. Like they've gone through a lot.
She had to go and get the IPs, like they got the Infinity Stones and get them back from everybody that had them.
She had to go collect them shit.
Get all of them.
He went and collected the IPs.
And for what
they
it's
sold
worth,
them off from the first bankruptcy, the first arc.
Yeah, the very first bankruptcy, they sold all that shit off, and Eolith Software did KOF 2001. That was
it's
a
such
Korean
a wild sentence to say the first bankruptcy, not the second one.
Because they went bankrupt like what, twice?
They went through a lot
after 13.
Yeah, after 13 it was.
Like, can you believe that? Like, that company was ran by the daughter of the original owner, and she got it that far. Like, I get it. It's very easy to say everything flopped and blah, but it was under her supervision and her guidance that we even got to KOF 13. Like, the last original SNK published title is KOF 2000 and KOF 2000. Everything prior to that is Goro Mark of the Wolves, Last Blade 1, Last Blade 2. And then that game. So it's like they've done a lot and they've gone through a lot. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that every decision that they made was perfect or that they deserve some kind of like mercy. Every company has gone through their fair share of nonsense. Even Capcom. As much as people love Capcom now, we can take it back to the 360 era and go look at what they were doing back then. They were doing nothing but pissing people off with all the IPs. The only difference is they didn't declare bankruptcy. That's the difference. They did not have to declare bankruptcy. And you could argue, oh, well, they didn't have to because they had good games. That's not true. Because I can definitely come back and hit you with the one. Like, it's there's a lot. This is loaded, and I'm not gonna make this a gigantic segment, but like, just to quickly, briefly speak on it, what people don't know is that they invested mad money into the Naomi software. If you're not familiar with that is the Dreamcast. Damn near every game on the Dreamcast is a freaking Naomi game.
Yeah.
Right? And Capcom invested very heavily into the Dreamcast until it died. The amount of money Capcom lost on Dreamcast is pretty freaking uncanny. And you know where they made all their money back? It's called the freaking GameCube. Where they make their money back? Games like Beautiful Joe. There was a big project, a big project initiative that they did. You can go look it up. You'll see for yourself. It was these games that brought Capcom out the hole. One of them didn't, but it was a project that they thought that they could build. They were looking to build newer IPs and rebuild. Basically, this was a restructuring of Capcom at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So we're talking Beautiful Joe, Resident Evil 0, right? Freaking Okami, God Hand, and unfortunately, P&O 3. These 5 games, only one really flopped, and that is P&O 3. The rest, they all cooked, especially Beautiful Joe. Beautiful Joe saved their fucking ass. No one talks about that. They just talk about how Capcom has stayed alive and all. Never had to, but they had to restructure. And then after they made their money, they disbanded Clover. And now you know them as like Platinum Games, right? In case you didn't know, Platinum Games also, they were let go at the end of God Hand and halfway through DMC4's development. We're good now. And look what happened with DMC4. Game started out okay, great development cycle, and now you play as Nero and play through the game, and then you play as Dante and do the same shit again. Why? Unfinished title. And now all of a sudden it has like 9s and 10s like that because people hated DMC Devil May Cry. Capcom's gone through so many different phases of restructuring themselves. Ashura's Wrath era, DMC Devil May Cry era. Oda was a part of their fighting game division, helping them with Street Fighter 4, like with Dimps. And you know what games were popular at the time? Neo Geo Battle Coliseum, KOF 11. This is back when he was actually at SNK. Rumblefish 2 was becoming a popular IP. Capcom snatched Dimps up before they made the next Rumblefish, just so you know. Just so you guys know, Rumblefish 3 was on its way. Capcom said, nah, you come work for us and make Street Fighter. Mm-hmm. So as you can see, every company has gone through their fair share of bullshit. It's just Capcom just, thankfully, on their end, has not had to file for bankruptcy, but they've had a lot of dud games that made them lose money. RE6, the list just goes on IPs and things like that they've taken chances on. Many people have said, like, oh, they've ruined the Lost Planet franchise with Lost Planet 3. Can confirm I'm a Lost Planet fan. Oh, well, look, and now you look at them now, just for the sake of this discussion, real quick, their main titles are now DMC. They boiled it down. It's just DMC, Monster Hunter, which keeps their ass fucking alive, Street Fighter, Resident Evil.
Resident Evil, yeah.
You only have 4 major franchises from Capcom at this point in time. They just boiled it down. There's hardly anything else that they do that's like notable
just
now.
3. I won't even count DMC, where DMC sleep right there. It's just Street Fighter, Monster Hunter, and Resident Evil. It's just those 3.
Yeah.
They've been carrying Capcom for years at this point.
Yep. Those are the titles that have been carrying them, and it's like they're now bringing back their other titles because guess what? These other games have brought them out the fucking hole. That's why they're bringing back Onimusha.
Okami.
Mm-hmm. Okami. They finally got the rights to Okami probably because Kami moved over. And he probably brought some of the platinum dudes with him, and they said, all right, we'll run it. And I mean, when I think about Capcom now, I can't think of any what other games are in between other than those. It's just those titles. I cannot think of any others.
Yeah. Like, literally the era we're in now is like, this is like, it's literally another shift. That's why you're seeing all these like heads of the org moving around and like people stepping down and whatnot. They're just, bringing back dormant IPs and stuff like that. Yeah, shit is moving.
Yeah, and I'm only saying this in this point right now for you guys watching to address that part about Buddy stepping down from SNK, because like there's no amount of reasons why. It might look bad because they announced it, but what looked way worse than that was Oda essentially getting booted out of Capcom. This dude's just getting repurposed for a different position. Maybe he doesn't want to deal with the stress of that. Again, that could very well be Oda. Or maybe Buddy was interim. If you guys don't know what interim is, he's temporary. He might have has a short contract, or whatever his contract was up until they found someone. It's like someone just to fill in the place for the time being until someone else takes it.
Into the right leader or like right person.
So there's no telling if that's Oda. There's no telling who that is. But if it's Oda at this point, I wouldn't be surprised. So it's kind of like big chill because they're making moves. I understand some of these moves might not be something you guys, and let me say it now because I know it's going to come up in the comments. Yeah, they're moving like that because they got Saudi money. Yeah, let them cook. Because one thing's for sure, no matter what you say, those same issues you have with the Saudi movement, right? I'm going to say the Saudi movement, right? No matter what you say, they're invested in Capcom, Bandai Namco, SNK. There's no arguments. You can argue, oh, well, they're this, that. Well, Capcom wouldn't. I want to say this in video form on purpose. That's why I'm doing this now, right? Before you even say anything about that, keep in mind that they did sign a contract with Capcom for Capcom Pro Tour for the next 3 years.
EWC.
For EWC.
Yep.
Now, that's all that needs to be said. So, before you try to virtue signal that Capcom's not doing this or Bandai Namco's not doing that, keep in mind keep in mind, there are 3 major fighting games in Esports World Cup. You can kind of guess what they are. Oh, that's right. Street Fighter, Fatal Fury, and Tekken. All invested. So, before anyone tries to virtue signal about it and go nuts.
Yeah, I need to look into these things more often. Like this Keiji Matsubara guy was like all over the place.
Oh, the one that stepped down?
Yeah, he was the. Let me see, where did he start? It said he was the CEO of Koei Tecmo. Then he was the CEO of whatchamacallit, Sega.
Yeah, he was CEO of Sega.
Mm.
Yeah, that's. Sheesh.
It sounds like he was interim at that point.
Yeah, he was the CEO of SNK for like 3 years.
Bruh.
So not a like a really long tenure in terms of like CEOs.
Right. But
so you can't really tell what the reasoning of it is, just off of just him stepping down.
Yep. It probably because he wants to go someplace else and maybe move on to help. It's the fact. So he was Sega before SNK, right?
Yeah.
Oh man, they probably brought him in because of that. They were like, "Hey, help us restructure."
Yeah.
So that makes sense. So yeah, it's for any number of reasons, and like, for what it's worth, if for those 3 years he was the CEO of SNK, he helped Oda bring this project to life.
Mm-hmm.
And it's under his guidance, and probably him and Oda probably came together and was like, "Look, we gotta do this," and they greenlit that, man. It's like, I'm telling you guys, Oda went back. He did not need to leave. He was watch my video. I explain everything about Oda. Just about everything that's important about Oda. Him being start. Oh man, I don't get it.
Yeah, and it's like, how would you explain that? Why did Oda leave Street Fighter?
Yeah,
Capcom. Like nothing was like, Capcom wasn't doing terrible.
There was no reason for Oda to leave. Oda was he was the front man for Cross Tekken. He was front man, executive producer of Cross Tekken. If you look at Oda's resume, he's on the games that people love. The same people who love Street Fighter 4, hey, bruh, if you're hating on Fatal Fury, you must be hating on Street Fighter 4 at that point. Because the same dude who was there for your battle design and everything else under the sun was Oda. On top of Dips. And yeah, you can only imagine. So, with that being said, I just wanted to knock that part out because I do think that's for me, that's a point of frustration. Because I've seen that on socials, and every time people bring that stuff up, I bring up Capcom and the Esports World Cup, and they just hush. So I want to make sure I said it in video form so you guys hear it here first. Clip it, ship it, whatever you want to do. Tell your mama, I don't care. It's just, we have to be real and understand that like everything is shifting, and like, I guess the best way to put it is, at least from my perspective and watching it for what it is, we've kind of needed this part, and this is me speaking as a competitive player, I'm not talking about casual at all. We've needed these things to make our players that play fighting games sustainable. We've always watched, Valorant, League of Legends, you know what I'm saying, Dota. These players get to chill. While granted, they might have short-term stints, I feel you, but they still had the ability to big chill off of their games, make the money that they wanted to. Fortnite.
They had an option.
Yeah, they have an
option to like say, all right, I made this amount of money, I could put it into this, I could flip it to do that, or I could go into content creation, just do content. Now I don't have to even play no more, right? Yep. It's
just the fact you had the option. We've never had this option.
That's what made me happy. Like, feel how you feel about certain things, cool. Feel how you feel. What I was happy about when they came out and they said 1.5 milli for the number one winner, 2 milli for the whole prize pool, I was like, yo, that's crazy. I'm thinking that's done. When they came and said that then for KOF 15 and Sam Show getting big money, I was like, okay, this was something that it was like,
they thought about it.
Finally, finally SNK players and the community are getting finally what we deserve, as far as like, hey, y'all been dedicated to our games for decades. Here's and traveling literally for the love of the game. Like there was no big money really to be had really for playing these games like that, unless it was like at your convenience, like in your country really, and you won, or like if you had the bread because of a sponsor or something, right? But generally it was like you just doing it for the love of the game, really, to be fair. But now it's like, now it's money that's worthwhile to go out and chase after. And it's not even just for one, it's for 3 different games. Even if you look at Samsho, which has the smallest pot or prize pool, that's still a lot of money.
Still huge.
That's still like all 3 have life-changing money. No matter which way you slice it, look at it, all 3 have life-changing amount of money that they're offering.
Yeah, you know the fun thing about that? You wouldn't see nobody complain about that, calling that a waste of money. But for these companies, esports is a waste of money. It literally is a waste of money for these companies. They don't get like a return that they'll put on the fridge. Like this is like literally money sinks. They just putting in money. This is the stuff that they do for the love of it, because they want to give back to. This is them giving back to the community. Like they don't, like esports for them is not a lucrative like venture for them.
No,
Yeah. So like the fact that SNK is doing this is showing that they're trying to also invest in the community that they're trying to create. So it's like you see all these people on Twitter saying, "Oh, SNK's not they're marketing to the wrong audience." Like, did you ignore the milli? The 2 milli?
Let's say you don't get that
The
money
100 the
from games
100,000?
and marketing flopping. That don't just come out of thin air. It came from somewhere. It's working. Whatever they do, it is working, whether you like it or not.
It's like not everything has to be just catered towards you. They have to do different shit once in a while.
Yep.
Like the prize pools, yeah, that's for you. Look, this right here, this is for you. This is the marketing campaign for you. All right, so sit and eat that while we go over here and market over here. Like, you shouldn't want to have to eat from both plates at the same time. It's like, stop being greedy. Stop being greedy, bro.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yo, Edo, what Go say? What he call them, bro?
Gluttons.
gluttons, a lot of them.
Gluttons.
It's like,
Nah, man.
yeah.
I agree.
This is like just like one extra thing about like the CEO thing, right? I'm reading like this comment here. It's like the top comment on like the Event Hub's like post about it. Like he's like, you could overread into this as a punishment for the seeming underperformance of one game, or it's just a person who's done well for themselves moving on in life at the completion of a project. So it's like you can look at it from multiple different angles. It's not always just negative,
It's not
just
black
like
and
due
white.
to like what it coincides with.
That's why I said I sent a post. I was like, as far as like the CEO thing, I'm like, at the end of the day, y'all not gonna like it. We just don't know. You can make your assumptions, but at the end of the day, we just don't know. Maybe he did move on because of whatever with this. Maybe he didn't because of this. We just don't know. We don't know why things that happen right there. And then Khabib was like, "Come on, bro. In Japan, you can make your assumptions." I was like, "Yeah, but then I can also assume this too." And where are we at now? We at a stalemate. Now we looking at each other stupid.
Yeah.
This does nothing for me either. Arguing with you about this.
It's like I'm not even gonna start.
But main thing.
I got a headache.
Main thing for anyone in the future selves watching this right now, that's watching in the video format. The important thing is, if you have complaints, valid complaints or concerns, Max Clark, big ups to Max Clark and them. They have been taking feedback. They've been very vocal and open with the community, which has been the number one thing I've been asking for SNK for, oh my God, for so long. Shout out to them for that.
Yeah,
And just, if you enjoy the game and you're having fun with it, then it's good to share that, play it. If you stream. If you make videos, tweet about it. Just enjoy the game, and that alone is enough in you doing your part and just having a good time and just showing your enjoyment with the game. People are gonna feel how they feel. It is what it is. But to the fans, like I said, I care about y'all opinion. I don't care about no new people that don't care, that just here for a short time. I don't care about your opinions. I made that clear. I don't care no more. I don't care. Y'all don't matter to me. You don't. I know what the game is. I know how this game is played. New game come out. I suddenly care now. I'm gonna make my little, videos and then move on to the next thing. Y'all got it.
I'm in the same boat. It's like,
You know?
at the end of the day, at least for me, I if you love SNK like we do, continue to support. Play KOL, Fatal Fury,
Sam
Show,
Show,
all the other titles, Last Blade. Keep supporting, and just enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, we are eating. So
is the best
content
SNK has been in a while.
Competitively, everything. We're just eating, and it's a great time for all of us who are SNK fans. It's just a great time for all of us. Like, it's a beautiful thing. So that's all I gotta say. Keep supporting, keep playing.
Look, man, it's simple.
You know what I'm saying?
Turn the game on. Just
You know what I'm saying?
Just turn the game on. Like, turn the game on, have some fun. That's it.
Yeah.
You don't gotta be nothing else. Like, I'll say the key takeaway from this whole talk: this game's doing well, despite to the dismay of what people may believe it's doing well. And as long as there's people like us staying as positive as we can, staying positive beacons for the game, you guys don't have to worry too much about like I get it, maybe your favorite content creator got something bad to say about it, but I mean, and that's okay for people to have their own thought processes and opinions. That's cool. But like, don't get it twisted. We all have our concerns for the game, maybe some gripes, whatever, nitpicks, what have you. But like, just like anyone else or any other video game, any other, being a fan of something, you know what I mean? It comes with both the good and the bad. Being like, you don't like something, you might speak on it, whatever. You love it, you play it, you enjoy it, whatever. Like, just know that there are people that really give a shit. Like, I'm gonna be honest. This company does not. I'm not on SNK payroll. I don't get paid by SNK to talk good about it. I get.
I wish I did.
That's right.
I think we all did. We don't get paid.
I do this because I love fighting games, and this is where I started.
We love it.
Yeah.
I love this shit, and like I'll be damned if I don't go. I'm not gonna spend my entire time correcting, nincompoops, but I will definitely, when it's time to speak, logic, I'll come out and speak logically. But otherwise, the goal is to make as positive content as possible.
Yeah.
Bring certain things to people, bring things to light, and just try to like be objective, because we need more of that in this. First of all, it's not just in the SNK community. We need this in general. We don't get enough objectivity in the fighting community, so I think it's very important that like people like us exist to be able to like kind of bring that extra perspective, So play more Fatal Fury. Don't be whack. Cut the game on. Good and well you like you some Terry Bogard, you like you some Rock Howard. Who knows? Maybe they'll put Geese in there at some point. I don't know, right? But I can tell you right now, this game's off to a great start, and it's just gonna get better from here. It doesn't.
Keeps going up from here at this point.
Ken not even in the game yet.
Right. The Street Fighter characters ain't even in yet. Like,
it's like, yo, I have a feeling once people see those characters in the game, a lot of people are gonna change their tune.
Oh, of course. It's like Ganachi. Oh man, Ganachi's whack. And then they see how Ganachi plays. Hold on, Ganachi kind of fire. And then they meet.
Kind of cool.
And then they meet Ganachi at Evo Japan. Ganachi kind of cool, dog.
Or they find out he's a SNK fan. Oh, hold on. Like,
yeah,
oops. Hey, did someone
promoting the game at his event?
It's
DJ
almost
event.
as if these are real people.
Right.
Like,
it's funny because someone made Salvatore Ganache apology
form. Like,
hey, and the funny thing is, he played into it.
Like the dude is just cool. He don't be doing. He just makes his like quirky videos. Like, He's just cool overall.
Hey,
like
and-
literally the other day, he sent fucking
Max the
Maximilian
tracksuit?
dude the actual tracksuit. Like that's like
Yeah.
stuff like that is really cool. And it's like
It's fire.
you
And
don't really
he's-
see that in like the other fighting games yet. But that's like the added benefit of bringing in like real figures into the space. That like these people, they also like fighting games too. Like
Yeah,
some of them
like-
like fighting games too.
Like he's tapped in. I just want to say this quick. He's tapped in within the fighting game community. Like he's not just an SNK fan. He knows about other fighting games. He knows about Maximilian. He knows about Justin Wong. He even said multiple times like he watched their videos. He watched a lot of people's videos. He's tapped in with the community. It's like
Y'all just don't
he's
think
a
about
human
it because you don't see him like comment. Like, come on, man, don't sleep. It's like he would say he's human. Like, if you heard how he spoke some real shit at Evo Japan. Go, man. I can't.
They
I'm not gonna
had
include
him
this.
at Evo Japan on the talking to
On the
fucking
stage.
Ringe and the rest of them. Like,
It's crazy because people thought he was cosplaying when it was really.
oh
yes.
So think about that. Like,
oh my
On top
God, bro.
top of that, you look at like videos from his like events, his DJ events and stuff. He's promoting the game as well, doing the remixes that he did for the game. Like he's promoting the game, and that's one thing we said in our past podcast. Like he cares about this. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
yeah, man. I don't know.
man.
Just play the game, man. Play the game.
Shit.
enjoy the game, enjoy it. Support, enjoy the game, enjoy life. That's all I gotta say, bro.
Yeah, I'm just about to boot up right after this. Let's
Yeah,
have some more combos.
I definitely think that. I think that's it, bro.
Yeah,
We actually went off. I ain't gonna hold you.
yeah, that was good talk.
Any,
Alright.
any last words?
Play the damn game.
Yep.
Ain't nothing else to it. Just play the damn.
No.
Cut the game on. Stop
Yeah,
playing with
cut
me.
it.
That podcast's over, bro. Go play the game.
Yeah,
Hey,
play the
you know?
game.
Yeah.
Shouts out to SNK, Max Clark, everybody. You know who's trying to keep things going. So
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying.
Actually, before you play the game, hit the like button on the podcast. Then go play the game.
You know?
Facts.
Hit the like button on the podcast. Hit the
Fact.
subscribe button. Check out all of our
Yeah,
channels and our
support-
socials in the
support
description down
all these
below.
brothers, man.
Support everybody.
You know, run it up.
You know what I'm
Run
saying?
that
It up.
So we're gonna be here. You're gonna hear more of us. You know what I'm saying?
It is what it
Buck
is,
my, by the
man.
way. But that's it.
Man, let's go play some damn Fatal
Tell 'em
Fury,
that,
man.
tell 'em that.
I'm just gonna play some Fatal Fury, bro.
know.
I'm up out of here, man. We'll catch y'all next one. Y'all know what it is. You know the vibes.
Yeah.
Peace.
Yeah. Out.